Hello everyone. How are we doing today? Hop. Spicy. Shaboop. Shaboop. One. You join you guys, Nicole.
No, you're drowning.
Is my mic weird?
Yes.
Yes.
Were you talking?
Is it still weird?
Yes.
Really?
Now it's
Now
fine.
it's okay.
Okay.
I think it's when you're being low.
Kind of.
Is your mic twisted funny?
Oh, is it gonna let me back in now? Am I free?
Did it kick you out?
Yeah, my token disappeared, and then I tried to move to look around to see if it just teleported somewhere, and then everything froze.
Strange.
So I closed it, and it wouldn't let me back in.
Odd. What's the game doing now?
I'm loading back in. I think I just have to load the map, and I'll be good.
Okay. Is this one of those super loads, or is it loading normal?
I have a black screen.
Okay. If it's gonna be one of those weird ones, I can send you.
Take too long.
Okay, that's right. I can try sending the invite again. It doesn't logically make any sense. For some reason, resending the exact same link just makes it work. I don't know.
No, I think we
Also,
tried
you
that
could try.
before.
You're good.
You
There we
could
go.
try dumping all your cookies.
Yeah, I'm back.
Excellent.
good.
Awesome. I have this bug bite in my ankle. I'm very much used to sitting a certain way with my legs crossed, or at least one foot kicked up, and it's right on that ankle. So I had to I'm
Are you poking it right now?
no, I pulled my leg up and I remembered, and then I put it back down.
Excellent.
Yeah, don't worry.
Wait, I shake the hand.
How do you sit
Hello,
like
hand.
that for long periods?
How do I do what?
Sit like that for long periods.
Beats me. If I do it, my foot falls
I can
asleep.
literally do it for 5 minutes and then my foot just dies. It stops existing.
Same.
Actually, my entire leg falls asleep when I do that.
Yeah.
I
because of
shift
weird
around
angle.
a lot. So it's just I'm like left leg, right leg, left leg, right leg, left leg, right leg. But if the left leg goes up, I die. So nature
Nice.
hates me. Nature just despite I did yard work for 5 seconds. Hi, you want to stop existing?
We bought
I can't wait
extra
to not have to
non-bug
do that.
space, so we'll see how that works.
We gotta do the backyard. So that's the bad part. So we'll.
Have fun, lover.
My new house doesn't have grass at all, and the backyard is all tile.
Nice.
See, I like grass. I don't mind it. We just need a better mower.
Yeah.
And preferably less sunshine. Screw the
I'm fine with-
sun.
Fake grass.
Just burn the sun out. We don't need it anymore. Sun's
I
overrated.
mean, I'd like it a little further away, please.
Sun's overrated.
A little further away. You die.
I know, right?
Freeze to death.
You have died.
Hello, Ice Age that never
They
ends.
welcome the apocalypse. Thanks, Kiara.
That's fine.
Thanks, Kiara. Why'd you push the sun?
It was too
It
close.
have
was
to-
too hot.
She'd have to push it a bit far for that.
Her hand
Only
slip.
a few 100,000 miles.
Her hand slip. You can.
Actually, it's a great solution to combat global warming.
Global warming. Yeah, just push the. Rather than solving global warming, let's just push the sun a little bit every couple years.
Yes.
Just keep scooting it further and further away. Hell yeah. The sun's the problem, not everything else.
What series was it where that was literally a solution? Was it Futurama? Was
I
that
don't
it?
know,
That would totally fit Futurama.
but that would fit
though.
Futurama
I
to a
think, I
T.
think in Futurama they use a big ice cube to cool down the Earth for reasons.
Perfect.
I would believe that as well. I know in one of the
That's
comics,
what we need to do.
Superman dragged the sun because yes, and we don't question it because
We just
On
need to
the button.
refreeze the ocean.
exactly. What we need to do is get those cans that are used for dusting things and just turn them upside down. We all just go to the ocean and start spraying. Easy.
Perfect.
Easy. There's no hazardous chemicals in there.
Not at all.
If you say so, Hub.
Trust me, I'm a
We won't
doctor.
just kill the whole ocean and then die.
Uh,
Collapse the entire ecosystem.
I mean, only the upper layer of fish will die.
Yeah.
And
What
there's
if-
Pretty
above
important, I'm pretty sure.
What have upper layer fish ever done for us?
I'm pretty
I mean-
sure we kind of need those.
feed us, you know.
Oh shit! Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right.
They feed us, and they feed other things that we eat.
I think we might have also grown from them, you know.
Oh damn! I don't want to be a
Wait.
They
fish.
feed our food.
Hub, you
I'd ra-
still didn't fix this?
I'd rather be a fish than a monkey. No, I was just talking about that. Yeah.
You'd
when I
rather be a
replace-
fish than a monkey.
Yeah, preferably.
Yes.
I mean,
I don't know.
Everyone
cool.
knows the end of evolution is crab, so you know.
Return to
Become
crab.
those like super tall like monster crab things.
Ooh,
Those long leg ones, the deep sea ones.
Yeah,
hell yeah,
Oh,
I'm
those
down
are
with that.
great.
the ones. I know I'm pretty sure there's a type of like super deep sea crab that we've never seen an adult version of, and they're still super tall.
Yeah, yeah.
That's pretty
The
cool.
really skinny ones.
Yeah, like they're huge,
I mean,
like
have
60
you,
feet,
Oh my
have you ever
god,
seen?
60 or 70 feet.
that's like almost horrifying.
Yeah,
I mean, are you sure?
and
it's
those were only
feet?
baby ones. I think so. I'm not 100% sure.
Well, it's a bit tall for crabs. I'm not sure they can
I
actually
know.
hold up.
These are
I mean,
advanced
I would
crab.
believe squids, 60 feet. Giant squids are pretty fucking tall.
Those are really cool, yeah.
Apparently they eat well, but okay.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's horrifying now.
There's also coconut crabs.
I like those.
Those are terrifying.
Yeah, I love their armor. So sick.
I mean, they literally crush coconuts. Hence
Yes.
their name. They can.
I mean,
they can snip off your arm.
what's that shrimp called that punches insanely
Mantis
fast?
shrimp?
Mantis shrimp. That. Oh my god. Holy
Yeah.
shit. Oh, I
I saw
saw
a video of one punching an arm off a crab.
Yeah. Yes. Someone caught one on accident, and he dropped it near his nuts. It didn't hit him in the nuts, but it punched him in the
Oh,
leg.
no.
It pierced through his I forgot, like the wetsuit. It punched through the wetsuit and cracked his skin open. He was bleeding.
Jesus.
I'm like, holy shit. He's like, this is new. This is like not anti-piercing. Obviously, nothing is perfect. But he's like, holy shit. That was pure blunt force that cracked it open. I'm like, oh my god. That's wild.
Crabs are scary.
Yes. Just I mean, rainbow shrimp is dope. Mantis shrimp guy is awesome.
No, the
Anyway.
most terrifying thing underwater is still delta V.
It is what?
Delta V. It's a negative pressure.
Oh, negative pressure?
It's like water crushing down on a pipe really deep underwater. And if you get near it, you get, your entire body gets sucked through the crack.
Oh, yeah, I've
Right.
heard of that.
And you
Yeah,
turn
yeah.
into like spaghetti.
Yeah. Heard of that.
Yeah.
Yes. Pressure of
Perfect.
any kind is scary.
Underwater pressure is
That's what I always
yeah.
want.
yes, to be completely just
Be
turned into
spaghetti.
an empty, be turned into an empty Coke can underwater. That's fun.
Hell yeah.
Not horrifying at all. Any hoots, existential water dread aside. Who's ready to roleplay being chased by a big demon?
Oh no, not the big demon.
He's chilling. Don't worry. We have a small demon. It's okay. But yes,
I take the hand with me.
unfortunately, you try to, but the hand is insistent on staying here.
And no.
Side note, I don't know if I already added it to your
Have a gift of a
inventory.
crab getting sucked in a pipe by delta V.
Oh god. No, crab. Oh god.
Did I?
He's super dead.
Kinda.
Okay, you guys can technically trade items now with that new mod. If it doesn't want to work, just let me know. I put all 6 of the bone dice on Urut. So if you guys want to spread those around, you're more than welcome to.
I noticed.
They shouldn't actually literally summon skeletons, but when you roll them, they do explode.
What?
I know. I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah,
sure I could. I'm sure I can macro it to spit out X number of skeletons equal to the number
Okay.
rolled. But
I
Time to test it
mean,
again. Or have a ration.
What can I
Why
ask me
do
if
you
I
need
accept?
rations? Sure,
I
I'll
don't
take
just
it.
testing it. Free ration.
I do
Take
love that it says you receive the ration in chat. That makes
So
me
does
very happy.
anyone
Say that
want
for me.
the die?
It's a GM specific. Oh yeah, that crab got sucked
No.
right. Oh my god.
He's super dead.
He's definitely not getting hit by the blade. He's literally getting sucked in.
Yeah, he is. God, how can mass even work like that?
Well, you see,
Like it's such a small hole
With enough
When you-
pressure.
with enough pressure.
when you
That's
have
horrifying.
the weight of the entire fucking ocean
Yeah,
pushing down on a hole the size of a needle.
yeah. So horrifying. Took infinite damage.
Basically, it's the same reason why high pressure washes are so dangerous.
Oh my god.
They can slice off your, anything.
Anything,
Yes.
yeah.
So yes, Valen, do you run down to shake the hand for gits and jiggles?
Yeah. It's very important.
Incredibly important.
But he doesn't want to come with, and it makes me sad.
He appreciates the offer, or doesn't have an opinion. You're not sure which. But yes, the hand does indeed shake you and doesn't slap you across the face. So congratulations there. Other than that, yes, you guys indeed solved my... What is this thing called? Statue riddle.
Hey.
Congratulations. You guys heard a loud shifting. Down here, you guys already received the loot, which was various bits of gold and 6 bone die. And I believe our next...
Daddies.
Yeah, 6 bone daddies. I believe our next plan was to head northward towards the
library.
Biblioteca,
Oh,
indeed.
God.
I have resisted long enough.
I mean, it's
Pretty
it's
sure
just
you
sitting
said
there.
last time you said we could come back for it.
After we beat the boss, yeah. After the boss.
Yeah, so I think she was either being chased and or there was a boss of some variety.
I mean, I was hoping that Kate taking care of the boss would also take care of the big skeleton dude.
Nope.
Because I didn't want the skeleton dude barging in when I'm trying to read a book. But no luck, apparently.
Just ask him
Well,
nicely not to.
Yeah.
Hopefully he's not bored and needs to, pick up a quick
Please,
novel.
he's probably always bored. What are you talking about?
Probably.
Poor guy.
I mean, poor guy. He's trying to murder us. Screw him.
This is true. So, crew, are we headed forward?
Yeah.
All right.
Very kind of
Creepy.
stealthily.
Moving.
Hey.
Yes.
I'm gonna take a look around this corner, see if there's any loot here. that
Did you
appeared
shake
to
the
us,
hand?
Obviously.
Alright.
Excellent.
back.
Okay. Double checking.
Alright, come back. Alright, hello.
Obviously.
Shake hand.
Obviously. Looking around the corner, you see that this room has indeed not changed. All of the drinks are still in place. Nothing has moved. As of yet, the room seems exactly as is.
Shake the hand again as I walk past.
The hand really appreciates it.
Shake the hand again.
The hand
Good hand.
needs some attention.
It thinks for a moment. Valen double shook. I wonder if that is like an unshake. Should I slap him? I don't know.
Again.
If I could
I'll
get
shake him as many times as he wants.
if I get the three of you to roll me perception and Urit with
Voice
advantage. Yes. All right, heading forward. Kiara does not roll perception.
I hang on.
You hang on.
What do you mean I don't roll perception?
Are you thinking
Oh,
so?
you didn't roll.
You just didn't roll it.
You didn't roll it. This is a fact.
Roll it. Do
I'm
it.
peeping around the edge,
Okay.
and then I roll perception.
Yeah, I know.
How rude.
Magic forever. Holy shit. Alrighty.
We rolled the same.
Indeed.
Their modifier.
Looking about, you do hear a bit of dragging and cracking around the corner, Kiara, but you can't precisely tell where it's coming from. Or upon focusing your senses, you can indeed tell that maybe you guys should take a step back as the creature is slowly moving southward. And as you feel the rumbles vibrate through the floor, Urit, you realize after a few moments that you are indeed safe for now.
Safety.
You're safe
Creepy,
for
creepy,
now.
creepy.
Go stealthily to the library.
Droon will follow you.
I will peek around this corner.
Okay.
Are we clear?
As you look around the corner, Kiara, you can see a few bones left behind, very small ones, and they're slowly dragging along the stone floor.
All right. Well, I'm not very good at stealth, so I'm gonna wait a couple extra seconds.
You wait a few more seconds for them to pass by as you definitely your friends kind of just slowly walk by you.
I'm just gonna step over them.
Yeah, but Kiara's being extra
Alright.
careful. And after she stares at them for maybe a little too long, wondering which direction they're going and what they're thinking, if they can indeed think at all, she decides now would be a good time to just kind of bolt across the room.
Hey, I learned my lesson last time. I'm a
Indeed.
smart girl.
Indeed. And you now
I don't
have
like that there's no door here.
finally entered Kiara's favorite room, the Biblioteca.
All right. I twirl around in happiness, almost squeal out loud. Catch myself.
Realize
Please
it's
don't.
probably smart not to scream, yes.
Don't do that.
Hey, quick, cast silence on Kiara.
I don't have that spell.
Actually, that's probably a good idea.
Sounds on yourself so you can scream.
Yeah.
I don't even have access to that spell. Shit.
Darn. I'll give you a wand that specifically just casts silence and pass that trace just
Only
for
on
her.
Kiara.
Yes, just on Kiara.
This works on one person and
It's
one person
doubly
only.
effective on Kiara. You shall squeal
I
no
take
more.
it.
Hopefully
I
you
will
guys don't
take
get into combat.
I will run.
Kiara goes to cast a spell, but she cannot speak. Oops, she goes to punch something. Really, like, she aims her baby.
My yokowa.
I love that word, it's so funny.
I want to like move these bookcases a little bit.
How so?
Make like a bookcase fort here, so I'm kind of obscured.
As in, like, take this bookcase here and
Like-
pull it northward?
Have it like one here,
Okay.
and then like one here.
All right.
So I just have a little area.
Sure. What are you doing in this corner?
I want to sleep.
Okay.
Wow, rude.
I will say, before you move them, these are indeed full bookcases, so they are quite heavy. If you wish to push and or drag them, you can definitely do so. It will most likely be fairly loud.
I will
How
take all
about
the
we
books off
first
of them.
inspect if there's any magic on these books? You know,
Awesome,
like
that.
the last library we were in.
I'm just trying to sleep,
That
man.
bird still has nightmares about.
They are setting traps around. That's probably a good idea.
This is a good point.
I'm already touching books, though. Please don't tell me I got something by accident.
No, I will definitely let you know.
Die.
Excellent.
All right. Considering Valen is attempting and preparing to sit in his corner, Kiara, are you doing any checks as well, or are you just checking the books out?
Just checking the books out.
All right, excellent. While you were doing that, and Valen is attempting to kind of start to move the bookcases around, he realized they are indeed quite heavy. Did you say you were going to start taking the books off to move them around?
Yeah, I'll like put them in a nice stack for Kiara, like over here or something.
Aww.
I'm not just like tossing them.
All right. This act will indeed take some time. So while you begin
Yeah.
to do that, they are mostly alphabetical and in order. And Kiara maybe gives you like a look of like, what do you like? But you can see that they are indeed in order initially. So it's like, oh, okay, we're good. No one needs to lose their head today. And upon closer inspection, well, you see your two friends and sort of just watching Urit, sort of seeking outward. Your tremor sense doesn't really sense any triggers or traps or any pressure plates of that variety. Looking for the more magical element of things. You don't seem to sense anything there either. Despite what we've seen the rest in this temple, this library is just a library.
Well, truth be told, they probably don't want to ruin any of the books, since their big bone golem also doesn't want to ruin the books.
This is true.
Iwanti also seem to really like knowledge, you know.
Yes, they're my kind of people. All right, Hub. I'm looking for books on weapons, defenses, history, like maybe of other tribes, and big boom magic.
All right, let's maybe take that one step at a time. Urt, are you looking for anything in particular?
Pretty much the same thing, probably.
Okay, let's start with the first
Books.
topic. What's the
Lay magic?
okay? What's the first thing y'all want to look for?
Offenses and defenses.
At least we have it written down initially, so I don't miss anything. Okay, in terms of offenses, I will say, looking through some of these books, while many of them are indeed dedicated towards knowledge, building, magic, things of that nature, you notice that there is a rather large section, pretty well organized. It actually encompasses pretty much all the books along the wall. Not every single one, but most of all the books that are placed up against the walls are dedicated purely to their hunting. And when I say hunting, I mean gruesome detail on what they did to various other tribes, people, traps they've set, various beasties they've hunted out in the wild. There's tracking logs. They track the stars. They tracked the wind, sun, literally everything, and say just to see sort of if these sort of things can be incorporated into their hunting. Maybe certain creatures follow certain patterns, things of that nature. But it is like painstaking detail for some of these. They were very
I love detail.
yeah, they're very specific when it comes to hunting certain things. This is a massive amount of knowledge, so it's difficult to pinpoint precisely what you're looking for. But I will say,
I mean, I'll just take them all.
excellent. We'll definitely need room for that. So
We have
Here, makes
plenty
a
We
note.
have a cart.
of magical drawn cards, yeah.
Yeah. Well, she'll make a note on that one. Two interesting things that we notice. One is something, a creature that you know is indigenous to the desert. It also sometimes hangs out in various mountainous areas, usually drawn to more dry zones, lots of dirt, and heat. Doesn't really like the cold. This one specifically is something called a boulette. You are used to them being relatively large, maybe about 10 by 10. In scope, they are longer than they are wide. You know them to be underground burrowers. And looking through this, both, yes?
How's our internet
Your-
connection?
Why?
Your mic is going a little crazy.
Yeah, it isn't consistent either.
Is it randomly crapping out?
I actually no, it
Fine
is
now.
It is consistent,
Okay.
but it was consistently
Consistently
inconsistent. Does
fluctuating.
that make sense? Yeah.
You were
It's kinda
drowning.
frustrating. Interesting.
Like you were sounding a little off the entire time, but it wasn't bad enough to like say something right away.
Our download's absurdly fast. Let's see our upload. And you sound fine. I hope it's not me.
You're fine now.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're fine now.
Yeah, upload download's fine. Strange. It could have been a hiccup. I mean, like I mentioned, we've had net issues the past week,
Well,
basically.
it
so-
lasted for like the full 20 seconds you were talking. So
Oh, that's a shame. Did you hear everything?
yeah,
I'll quickly summarize them just in case. You are used to these creatures being one with the desert. You're also pretty much used to their size, from what you've heard. Some can grow quite large, and they do hunt in packs. But there is something they noticed in an addendum off the side. Kiara, you're mostly reading about the common variety of these, how they would hunt them and look for them and such. But Ura, you noticed while going through a few of these pages that sometimes these creatures tend to congregate together a little too close. And if too many of them get too close to each other, something strange happens and they stop growing physically. But they still age. They just don't grow any larger. And they weren't precisely sure what it was, but the more of them that get close together, the more of them that grow in this way, they actually become attracted to each other, and they move in groups. Much larger groups than usual. There will be a pack of maybe 4, maybe 3 to 5 or so, 4 on average. These can be up to like 10, 20. A group of these smaller, still large, but not, 10 feet long. So it's something interesting that they noticed in their hunts. This doesn't happen very frequently, but when it does, they can be somewhat deadly just to their sheer numbers.
Which creature was it about?
It's called a boulette. You can check that out.
and it's unique to the area.
I wouldn't say this specific growth pattern is unique to the area from what they've seen. These creatures are, I won't say everywhere. They prefer the heat. They prefer sand. They are
Do we have any
burrowers
reason
in
to
nature.
believe they're related to our Great Destroyer thing, or are they just a separate entity?
Hard to tell, but from what you've seen of these things, they're not known for great consumption of magic. They are indeed just desert creatures, beasts, effectively. If there is a connection, it would be Bar. And looking through more of these books and such, the two of you, I won't go into detail, but like I said, lots of hunts, lots of ways to basically track various beasts and such, and you realize this data will be useful if you were to track certain monsters, various wyverns and giant boars, any type of animal and whatnot. It'd make it much easier to track them, as their habits probably haven't changed in hundreds of years, so this information is most likely still relevant.
Makes sense.
And then something else you guys noticed while looking into the magic section of this, some creatures, when maybe left to their own devices for too long, tend to take on certain properties they were not necessarily born with, certain properties they probably should not have. These variant creatures are incredibly dangerous, and if left to live for too long, they tend to take over certain areas. And sometimes you actually see in the notes that the UNT would let them indeed do this, and maybe wreak havoc on other tribes, maybe occasionally challenge them, depending on how close they were, and just kind of rule the desert. And after they hit peak, if you will, they would hunt them, effectively, just to challenge themselves. One thing you noticed, they weren't sure if it was a creature or something else. There's actually very little information on this. And or you find it at the back of one of these books that is both a mixture between some of their hunts and various magics and such they would employ for trapping creatures. And unfortunately, we're unable to find any way to nail this one down. As I mentioned, they weren't even sure if it was a creature at all. but there's something in the desert, some great elemental that they believe potentially controls all the weather, or controls a portion of the weather, and just the general winds and the nature of the desert itself. This elemental, from what they've seen, it does roam, but it is local to, we'll say, the Scarlet Steppes where we are now. They've never caught it. They've maybe fought it, but they're not sure if they were fighting a storm or if there's something in said storm.
So I was right. That is something in the storm.
Yes. From what you recall, Urrit, you did indeed see a storm that was moving about. And they are just as unsure, but putting 2 and 2 together, you're probably sure there's something in there.
As long as it's not a giant, I'm fine.
It's a giant that's just spinning his arms out.
I mean, if it's a storm giant, then I'm running away. Very far away.
All right. Anything else in particular? I guess what's the next topic? There's quite a bit in here.
Let's see. What else would they keep track of? I guess books on the 2 stars that were missing.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You
Anything
guys,
about that?
yeah, you guys were going to check on constellations and such. While you guys are moving about,
Cat's tail, was it? The scorpion's tail?
yes, the cat's tail. While you guys are moving about, you do hear more dragging outside, and you'll pause for a moment as you very clearly hear the creature walk by this very room, and it stops somewhere off in the distance, not too far from where you are. It hasn't entered, but it is indeed moving around. And after we pause for maybe 3-4 minutes, you can tell that it's probably safe to continue checking around and looking at various books and such. Looking into that, you guys do see that they indeed did track various constellations and such. And looking into the past here, while they did track it, it wasn't something nothing they were trying to prove. It was more just so, do the sun, stars, moons, do they affect the movement of creatures, the reactions of creatures and things of that nature? Some results were inconclusive, but other creatures were believed to worship the moons, worship the sun, and they would come out during those times, specifically. Obviously, weather. So whether it was incredibly windy, not so much, hot, cold, the deserts become unbearably cold at night. Those things also 100% did affect certain creatures as well. The Kruthrik are mentioned among them. It's somewhat conflicting. Maybe there's various tribes among them. Some prefer the heat. Most of them prefer the heat, but there's actually a subsect of them that prefer the cold for some reason. Once again, they didn't really believe these creatures to be worth hunting. If you recall, Druun said from his time, the Kruthrik were quite small. They were not the size of large dogs. During his time, Kruthrik could fit in your hand. So they were like the size of maybe a medium-sized owl.
Okay.
As the lad does have
Owlet.
big paws. An owlet, yes. Let's see here. So looking through them, you guys do see, turning through some pages, their records reflect what we saw in the constellation room. The cat is not the nub-tailed cat, it is indeed a long-tailed cat. You can see where the children were to make this creature out, and you sort of recall that you guys might have more information in some of the books that you've already collected back at home.
I'm definitely taking those books.
This was information that wasn't really relevant at the time, but you feel like maybe cross-checking throughout the years and such to see when things were and weren't there might be useful. You guys jot that down real quick. And while you guys are all doing this, Druun is sort of looking at some books, but he's mostly focused on the various paintings and the bas-relief sculptures on the walls and such. He's sort of just thinking to himself, half interested in what you guys are looking at. He thumbs through some books, but he can't read the language, so it's sort of difficult for him to parse exactly what he's looking at. He can see various pictures and such. He's trying to help, but he's more so focused on the paintings, the drawings, the story they told. He's being very quiet as he's looking around, just kind of keeping to himself. You do see various bits and bobs. Or you actually look into some of their sculpture work, and you realize that a lot of this goes into basically the detail of how they put these bas reliefs together effectively. And looking at some of the magic that fuels it, you can actually see that the magic is similar to runes. It's not the same, but it follows the same concept. So you believe, unfortunately, this doesn't have any combat or defensive capabilities as is, but you believe for artistic purposes, or if you wish to use it for something else, you could somehow repurpose this for your own use.
This is something I would be sending back home.
Yeah, you feel like you could reverse engineer this. Knowing what you know from your teacher and such, you're not 100% certain if she is aware of this connection, as most dwarves are not from Shun Hill or this area in general. So it feels like the DONT came to the same conclusion, slightly different though. Very, very interesting as you go through it. And as you guys continue to go through, both... are you looking through the books as well, Valen, or no?
No,
I don't
I'm
think
just
you
trying
can
to
read this.
clear. No,
Okay.
I can't.
This is true.
I'm just trying to set them off to the side.
This is a good
I
point.
mean, you can read the picture books.
Yes.
Maybe.
S-
Valen's not a smart man.
Very, very hungry.
the very hungry caterpillar. He liked a bunch of food.
Nah, the hungry caterpillar.
Indeed. This one didn't have legs. It's okay.
It's weird.
The two of you, while comparing certain notes, you do notice that while these walls tell a story, there might be deeper clues to them. Looking closer at the walls, they might actually lead to something specific. The books don't tell you exactly where to look, but you realize while telling a story, they also hide subtle hints between the cracks, if you will. Maybe if you watch for long enough, it'll point you the right direction. And they write how, over time, upon looking at these images, they can reveal more and more the more you watch. And you see Drune watching them, and you're it's difficult to see like what he's currently saying, but he seems interested. He's kind of slowly walking along the walls, just looking at the various details of that.
All right. Well, am I also reading that?
Yes. You and Urt basically compared notes through various books and have determined together that, like as I mentioned, while telling a story, they also hide clues.
All right. Well, I definitely want to check that down, but I'm gonna look at more books first.
Sure. Anything in particular?
Big bada boom magic.
Big bada boom magics. Looking through various tomes and such, you see some are locked, but they're not magically locked. They're just physically locked. Maybe this is just to kind of show that, yeah, this tome in particular is quite important. You're able to...
Where's our
Oh, well, in that case, I'm taking it home for sure.
Okay. Do you open it to look at it first?
You said it's magically locked.
It's not magically locked.
non-magically locked?
Oh,
Yes.
I mean, you would still need to unlock it, but
Yeah.
Then-
There's a chain keeping it closed.
then
we have a rogue. Wait, an actual chain or a lock?
A chain lock.
This isn't like a Harry Potter thing, is it? Where I open up the book and
I'm not gonna tell you that.
It might be.
Assume everything might be.
Well,
Put it that way.
I mean, we could probably bring it home and have Kakashi unlock it, assuming he's not busy with Draugr duty.
you drown. Ugh.
Drowcoid.
Drowy duty.
Yeah, I will just take it. I don't need to look at it.
Okay.
Yeah, Drowcoid's
I mean,
taking a while.
does it have an interesting title?
You see maybe 3 books like this, Kiara. It's difficult to make out the titles. Do you bother reading them, or are you just taking them?
I'm just gonna take them.
I'll try to read the title of one of them.
Before Kiara is able to shove one of the tomes into her bag, you sort of catch the hint at a few passing words, something along the lines of extraordinary explosive magic, something along the lines of that.
We need to keep these away from Hizamine.
Yes, but they're definitely going to my new BFF. Oh God, what's his name? I'm a horrible
How
BFF.
dare you?
I'm a horrible BFF.
Nah.
Nah. There you go.
How dare you forget your best friend's name?
I'm sorry.
That's just messed up.
I didn't mean to.
I'm gonna tell Noth.
No, you won't.
Guess he's not your BFF after all.
Oh,
Oh. Monster.
points to it. I also will say, while looking through the constellation books, it does indeed mention the names of the moons. There are 3, as I mentioned. They are Retley, Mutroa, and Atren.
Interesting. Do they mean anything?
You're not sure. The moons have always had that name. To our knowledge, they were named by the Titans back in the day. We do not know why they named them that, as the Titans are long gone.
Titans, huh?
But people believe that they reside deep in the earth. Not to dump random information now, but prior to this, about 150, 200 years ago, there was a great war throughout all the land. And during this time, some of the Titans either resurfaced or were called to fight. Whether they did so willingly or not, people are not entirely sure. One of them went down. Another one was chained down, and a city is currently feeding off of its power. So there is a city with a massive Titan in the middle of it. They've built around its body. There are chains and wires and things working up into it, and they are basically sucking energy out of it to power their city. The others have, to our knowledge, moved back under the earth. And we
Yeah,
believe,
let's go there.
yeah, for all we know, they are the ones that named the moons. That is at least the prevailing theory.
Okay, so hold up. These Titans aren't mythical beings that no one believes in. They're
Oh no, people know they exist. Like, they're like I said,
Okay.
there is physically one quote unquote alive in the middle of a city. It is,
neat.
for all intents and purposes, kerpoofed. Another one went down, and it went down big.
Are their bones left over?
There is a crater where I don't want to say city used to be, but yeah, basically where a city used to be, there's a crater with its bones,
Oh,
various
so-
body parts.
So it isn't like Guardians of the Galaxy where people are mining its brain matter?
No, no one wants to go here because there's basically ceaseless waves of undead and carrion, bugs and that nature, and they will just kind of flow over you and eat you. So
Oh,
the area is partially cursed, so people are scared to get too close to it.
that's not scary at all.
Slightly, yes.
I
There
mean,
is-
That's what happens if you kill a literal god.
Yes. Now, there is a city nearby that has massive walls, and they are incredibly specific about defending themselves. But, well, they're still there, and they're semi-prosperous, we'll say. they're doing their best.
Okie dokes.
It's very Attack on Titan of you.
I say, basically imagine Attack on Titan, except for, rather than Titans, they are waves of just undead and giant bugs and shit. So a little easier to stop them.
Nice.
They don't get many visitors, we'll say. But yes, that is the prevailing theory. Unfortunately, there's not enough information now to go into that, and it would be way too long ago for any of you to look into, or to be...
200 years ago, but there might be
Oh, no.
books on it.
That's the war. I mean, prior to that, when the 3
Oh.
celestial beings were named, if you will, this is... Everyone just says that's what they're called. And it just makes sense. Like, no one's argued.
The assumption is obviously that the 3 moons are actually just massive titans.
That could also be part of it, yeah. And maybe those are just 3 titans that have yet to fall down to this planet.
Oh my god.
Maybe
that's
they're
really
waiting.
Cool.
Just waiting for the right
blow
moment
us
to
all
crush
up.
life.
Pretty much. Maybe they're silently judging us watching. But
Oh,
that's
man.
not fun to think about, so people are like, yeah, they're just moons.
They're just dead rocks.
Yeah, saying how much damage they did before. Let's just say they're cool big rocks. There's not a
That's the
dragon in there.
reason- That's the reason why technology was banned. We can't make the rockets to go to the moon. They'll just kill us.
Exactly.
Yes.
But yes, other than that, you do find various magics and such. You find a whole bunch of information in general.
So, how many books have I taken? Half the library by now?
Considering you don't have a way
whole
to do that,
I mean, we
you've
are going
more
to
so
take every book eventually, so
you've more so organized them. If anything, you've put them in piles of these are super important, these are like less important, and the immediate I need these now books you've put on your person. You can only carry very few though. Some of these, like the tomes, are large. So Kiara, you can carry the 3 tomes on you and a few other smaller books.
I will strap a tall pile to Casey's back.
Okay.
Throw it on the cart.
Casey
It's
will
down there.
slowly drag them along.
I will
Drune
keep
can
a
of
picture
course.
book.
Yes, Drune can help you carry them, and Eret can help carry them as well.
Picture book?
My at-home UNT library is getting quite large, isn't it?
Yes, I do believe you mentioned you guys could have opened up a museum / library, so that would
I'm
be.
becoming quite proud of
Definitely,
it.
yeah.
I mean, considering you guys are going to not just hoard their knowledge, you're going to share it. That does very much fall into line of their values. So
I mean, I'm pretty sure we won't be able to just take the wall ornaments, whatever they're called. So we might just open the museum here.
Technically, we could once
Yeah.
we've gotten rid of Mr. Bone Eater.
The real question is, do we take the golden statue after we're done here or not?
that is indeed a good question.
It's a bit big to bring.
That, and I think it's more interesting
I
as
don't know about
museum
that.
piece.
True. Though it's probably a bit far away from town, also.
Just a bit.
Yeah, but museums are usually a journey, aren't they?
Yeah, and you guys could attempt to spruce the place up as long as there's not, a bone golem running around it.
So we have to kill the big bone boy.
Potentially.
He might just stop, might get bored and go somewhere else. Who knows?
Oh god.
I don't know if that's a good thing.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a good thing either.
What? Why not?
Honestly, I still have to check if the golems in front are still active. I thought we were just assuming that it's actually... Well, they weren't actually golems, they were just possessed by the ghosts of the sisters, but yeah.
Do you mean the maze room?
No, the two in
The
front of
guards
the-
outside.
On the front outside.
Yes, gotcha.
The guards who were surprised that we were allowed to come in. I'm pretty sure those are separate ghosties. Or
Potentially.
golems, whatever's making them run.
Potentially. But yes, you guys have gathered a decent amount of books. I'll say it's been about 10 minutes. So if you guys want to take a quick short rest, you're more than welcome to.
If
Look at
only
your
that
rest.
did
was
something
a
for me.
long rest, right?
What was the question?
Demons?
Yeah, you asked something.
I thought it was Seth that said something.
Oh, well,
No.
okay. I think you both did. I didn't hear either of you, so.
I guess I get my wild shape back again.
If you get on short rest, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so everyone go ahead and do a quick short rest. If you have hit die you wish to use, go for it.
I thought, yeah. What I was
I
gonna
guess-
say
I need
is I thought
spells,
we,
though.
That'd be
were going
directed
to
at
take
Kiara.
a long rest here instead.
If we can take a long rest here.
Be a little more
With
difficult.
Bone Boy outside.
Exactly.
6
That's
hours
why I'm
sitting in
trying
a
to
room
make a little
is-
corner.
Yeah. So while not completely sliding these bookcases, you were able to move them just enough to kind of hide in here. And since you were chilling the whole time, Val, and you're safe. And this is a very low impact situation. So the 3 of you were able to take a short rest, no issue. Did you want to use your hit die, Kiara?
Oh, I guess
Did
I should,
take
shouldn't I?
damage? Wasn't I full healed?
Were
I think I was.
you?
Go take the poison wine. You'll be fine.
When did I
Oh, that's a
I'll
good
be back.
start to this campaign.
You rolled a 1? Hey, I take it the bad rolls out of the way, but you want these to be
Wait, that's
good.
a good roll.
Yeah, except I thought I was getting the bad rolls out of the way last week, and I just continued getting bad rolls.
Well,
You're stealing my
Sometimes.
bad rolls, and I'm taking the good rolls to Final Fantasy.
Just drink all those first level potions we have.
Oh,
I need,
you know what?
Yeah,
That's
we
a
still
good
have like
point.
5 left. You can drink 2. It's fine.
I need you to roll worse so I can
Actually,
get
give me
the
one
rest
of
of my
those.
dragons.
Can you trade me one of those?
technically you can.
How do I do that, lover?
I believe if you
click
like,
the item, and you should have a trade option or something. Or
yeah,
give option.
if you right click it, it should say give item. Yeah, you guys can technically pass items around without having to ask me.
Ooh, yeah.
Cool, right?
Does money work though?
Yes. You can give money to each other. So if you're trying to help
Does it
someone pay for
actually
something,
work,
you
though?
supposed to.
Here, I will give
I hate
10
this.
to Kiara. Does that work?
Cool. What's
Looks like it.
10 for?
Yeah.
Just to test it.
Just a test.
Why, thank you for your donation.
While Valen is
Money.
waiting, he just like flicks some some mun over.
Yeah, because the money doesn't work in my foundry, but the items
Really?
I think does.
Interesting. Okay. Wonder why.
I don't know,
Well, there's definitely good to know. We can be slightly lazier now. Yay.
just a little bit.
Yeah. All right. Well, you guys have your books organized. The most important ones you guys have put on your person. The others are, we'll just say, lined up against the wall, sort of in alphabetical order, and for what they do, basically. What stories they tell. Like I mentioned, if there's anything specific you guys would like, let me know. Otherwise, what is your next course of action?
To
Finding
skedaddle.
every single. No.
Oh yeah, the
We
cracks.
just opened up all the different
Yeah.
secret stashes.
Yes. There are indeed others farting about.
Too many, actually.
It's fine.
Oh.
We can like run a
If-
circle.
You guys are ready to skedaddle on out? You're more than welcome to.
Yes. How long does thingy actually last? The move without
What
trace.
thing?
Pass that trace?
Well, 10 minutes if I could cast it.
No, I'm just saying you'd have to recast it. Yeah.
I can't.
You can't.
I
Spell
don't have
slots.
spell slots. That's why I wanted a long rest.
Yeah.
Right. I forgot you don't get them back with a short rest either.
Only lockers.
Not a warlock.
And that's why Warlock is the best class.
Yes. Minus the fact that they only have 2 spell slots.
That's why you get a spell of
Technically,
Ring of
If you
Spellstorm.
have
Wizard
spell
can do
slots,
that
then you
too.
can literally cast Eldritch Blast. And do
all-
shit tons of damage.
All you need is Eldritch Blast.
Mm-hmm.
With how it scales, definitely.
It does a shit ton of damage, yeah.
It gets a little boring just doing the same spell over and over, though.
Yeah, it's efficient but incredibly boring, unfortunately. Definitely a cool idea. All right, so what is the
Just make
plan?
it fun. I mean, if we
Uh,
can take a long rest, I don't mind. We could also
If
try
we
like
can
taking
find
a
a-
long rest outside. Should be safer.
Maybe.
maybe. We certainly won't get caught by the bone golem while we're sleeping.
We
Might get caught by
have to-
something else.
We might have to off those 2 other golems if they turn hostile.
I guess we
could
can go outside.
Yeah, we could also send, well, someone back to get Suharto and bring his card.
That might take a little bit.
Actually, we could just go back and come back another day, right?
Sure.
Technically, yeah. The
But what if
doors are
the
open,
golem
but
leaves?
The issue I have with that is that we already know that a certain elder fellow wanted access to this place.
All
Yeah.
right.
Just opened
That's a
everything
good
up.
point.
There's probably something here that he wants, and we probably just unlocked it one way or the other.
Well, in that case, can we sleep right by the entrance?
Yeah.
Because the bone golem won't go that far, and it's not far enough outside to alert the guards.
Oh, we don't know if the bone golem is stuck in here. Especially
Well,
with
we haven't
the
seen
leaders
it
dead.
enter any of the like special rooms at least.
He
Actually, no, we
passed
have.
through them, yeah, but he didn't linger.
As long as he like doesn't see us leave, he probably won't follow us outside. Probably.
Do any of us snore?
probably.
Probably yes.
roll for snore.
All right, we're safer outside then.
Or would see something from the
Oh,
corner
hello.
of his eye.
See a sliver of the boy.
Yeah.
Just barely.
I probably shouldn't see it because the weird edging, but
Probably,
Just
yeah,
weird
but
angles.
you guys can hear it moving about slowly outside. It is heading southward from where you can hear
yeah, I'm just gonna stand here, I guess. Wait for it to pass.
it. And it sort of pauses. We're heading south.
But my bookcase for it.
We can make a bookcase fort outside. We just have to draw it.
Just draw the bookcases.
Oh, can't we also make ourselves like a little? I mean, it won't be
Yes.
visible like tiny hut, but we can make ourselves a little hut outside, right?
You can
Yes.
draw a tent.
Technically, yeah, you can start a tent. You guys have the paint.
The
Let's
paint
go ahead and
is very
let's go ahead
useful.
and do that.
All right, Urt, you do hear more shifting as the creature moves northward away. This time away from you guys, moving clockwise.
It turned around. Weird.
No. Oh wait, yeah.
Yeah, he's been a little lost, seemingly.
He's planning to go outside.
Yeah.
Okay.
Quietly.
I'll,
Very
I'll just,
slowly.
I'll just move drone. Everyone go ahead and roll me stealth as you
Oh,
move
no.
southward from the room.
Hello,
Let's see
disadvantage.
if it-
That was with disadvantage. Hell
Holy
yeah.
shit.
Exactly.
Two
Rolled a
16s.
All right, so 21, 7, and
Did it not
Nine.
automatically roll with
Oh.
disadvantage? Weird.
interestingly, no.
No,
Actually,
I have to manually do mine.
7.
Nice.
Slightly lower. All right, as you guys do indeed,
Heard clang, clang, clang.
yeah, as you guys head southward, you do make a bit more noise than you intended. And moving quick as a whip, the creature hurtles down the hallway, and you guys are about here when you see it. And it's
Okay.
about down here. Fortunately, you do know that you are indeed far enough away, and you guys run southward
Run away.
as the creature comes hurtling up. It
Run
flies
away.
past you and smashes into the wall, quickly turning around the corner. You guys are rushing outside?
Actually, we can't because I barricaded the door.
Did you?
I did.
What did you barricade the door
Oh,
with?
no.
Magical drawing powder.
What?
I basically
What?
just put something in front of it with the magical drawing powder stuff.
Something as in like wood, stone?
I think
Yeah,
just
like what?
wood, I think, yeah.
How
Well,
much?
It shouldn't be too hard to get. We can
Well-
rip it off and just open the door.
Well,
behind.
you need
As-
like less than a second to get rid of it. So
Yeah.
As
I mean,
I'm
yes,
running,
you-
I
you
want
can
to
literally- you
turn
can
into
literally-
something.
You
Okay.
literally
Ram
tip
it.
over.
Okay, well, what are you turning into?
A rhino.
All right. Are you
Turn into a rhino and ramming the door.
okay? Telling everyone to move out of the way so you can slam into it.
No, not telling anyone to move out of the way. Just going.
Okay, Rhino goes
I think
flying
we're
as you
behind you anyway, so.
hurtle up these steps, Mr. Rhino Valen. You smash into the wall, taking a nice chunk out of it, moving away most of the nonsense and such. Droon walks up, kind of moving off to the side in order to assist you with tearing things off. Unfortunately, he's unable to help. He seems somewhat distracted for some reason. All right, go ahead and roll me strength as well. And Kiara, are you doing anything to help?
is there anything I can do to help?
I don't know. Are you? Well, what would you like to do? There's,
Casey
there's,
Cannon.
there's a bunch of
Force
shit in the
damage.
way.
Oh, I could do Casey Cannon.
Okay,
Nat 20.
wonderful. All right,
Hey.
Fire.
Casey Cannon.
Shoot that Casey cannon.
The advantage. Yeah, but realistically,
Hi,
it should just-
Urit.
Ow.
Ow.
all right. I know, right?
It
Fortunately-
should
Hit all
just
the
be-
big boys in front.
It should just have been like a small piece of wood holding it in, basically.
Yeah. Fortunately, that hurdles past both Urit and your new Rhino friend, and smashes, breaking a few pieces of wood and stone. The creature has pushed its way mostly through the hall now, as it slowly
Cart, no.
starts to grow. And as you guys move outward, did you guys touch the cart in any way, shape, or form behind you?
No, not at the moment.
I'm just
Not
trying
at
to
the
run.
moment.
All right. Unfortunately, the creature smashes into the cart, turning it to a
No.
pile of splinters.
Eh,
And as you
it's not
all
worth it at the moment.
rush outward, each of you give me a dexterity save.
Oh, god damn it.
Rhino deck save. Nice.
Oh, buddy!
I got a 0.
Yes, you did.
Oh, net 20.
Been a while since we saw Zero.
Indeed,
Rhino
it
is
has.
not very dexterous. Very strong though.
All right. A swirling storm of bones rip off from this creature and strike against you like a storm. Let's see. In descending order. Oh, that's way too much HP. All right. Mr. Urit, my friend. You don't get damage. Congratulations. 26.
I can
Ri-
change which Rhino I want to be.
I would say Rhinoman. Fortunately, you are a multiple boy, so your HP almost doesn't matter.
Pretty much. I
Oh,
love my druids.
Casey.
Casey, no.
gone.
Also roll me
Casey's
dex.
dead.
Casey had like 3 HP.
I
Yeah.
didn't even think to roll Casey.
All right. Unfortunately,
Goodbye,
the
Casey.
Casey gets
storm,
squashed.
the storm catches Casey, and unfortunately tears him to pieces.
Casey 150. No.
Probably.
Rushing outside, though, you're all able to make it, and you notice very specifically as you pass the threshold, the bones almost bounce off an invisible barrier. The creature reforms to the top of the stairs, staring outward, and watching your group leave into the desert. And as you do, it
Nice.
slowly turns around and re-enters the temple.
Well,
to,
all the stuff we collected is still right by the door. It's
Yep.
just not in the
It's
cart
just in the-
anymore.
In
Wow.
pieces.
Apparently the cart is now a ka.
Ka.
Now it's nothing. Now it's just
It's
a
a.
All right, we'll say here is outside.
Do the 2 golems react?
All right, well, before we sleep, I will resummon my baby.
Okay. Did you have spell
Spell
slots for that?
I have 2. No,
Cool,
I have
excellent.
1.
All right. Well, the baby is back. Which number Casey is this?
12.
47.
All right. We have Casey 12. Excellent. Why is
We've
everyone
gotten a
targeting
high
Urit?
number.
Already, as you guys head outward, it is. Let's see. You see the sun is beginning to set. It's not too terribly hot. Sweltering heat is beginning to die down a bit. It is nice to breathe fresh air again, though. Your tongue is dry. Fortunately, out here it just feels a bit nicer, not as stagnant. Looking about, you don't really seem to receive a reaction from either golem outside. They turn to you quickly, but allow you to leave without any fuss.
All right. I suppose we might have troubles getting back in, but that's okay.
Maybe.
Nah.
I'm
See
gonna
you anytime.
stay as a rhino.
You'll stay as a rhino. All right, excellent.
Gonna sleep as a rhino.
Can I sleep as rhino and still get the bonuses?
How long does it last?
Like 3 hours.
The rhino will get the bonuses, you don't.
Oh no, oh no. The rhino gets the spell slots back.
Alright, fine, I'll swap back.
Well, I mean, technically you do turn back anyway, so
Yeah.
Mid sleep.
if it does kerpoof. So the sleep needs to be basically in 2 shifts, 3 hours and 3 hours. Who is taking the first shift?
Can't I just have baby stand on guard?
I'll take the first
I'll
shift.
You can.
I mean, technically, Casey.
Technically-
I
there's
can
5
be
of you.
rhino for the first 3 hours.
Wow, you don't say rhino, huh?
I'll just be rhino for the first 3 hours.
Alright.
Rhinos are dope.
The baby will be on guard duty.
Okay.
I will be on guard duty with
where's
baby.
this kangaroo? I don't see him.
There is no kangaroo.
Then you lied to me.
The baby,
Yeah.
no.
Can't believe you lied to me.
I didn't
How
lie.
dare you.
This is a new version of the baby.
Okay.
The inferior
It-
version.
Yeah,
Not
it's
hit rapper to baby.
the baby number 2.
Gotcha. Not hit rapper and artist to baby.
Yeah, not hit rapper and artist to baby.
Okay, I
just
understand.
a baby.
I understand. All right. I am let down, but I understand.
Excellent.
Alrighty. So who is on first watch then?
Rhino.
And
Rhino.
just Rhino.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rhino into baby.
Give me a
The
second.
baby will be on
There it is. Cool.
guard duty the whole time because he doesn't need to sleep.
All right. Wonderful. I guess little Casey and sorry I deleted your Rhino. Could you guys roll me
Hi,
perception?
Rhino.
Does Casey have dark sight or anything now?
Have what?
Dark vision?
Say that again?
Dark vision or anything?
Dark
I
vision?
don't.
I don't think so. No.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
No, he doesn't.
Probably not, man.
What's it say?
This is nay, I believe.
Do I have disadvantage because it's in the dark?
You would, yes.
Nice, it doesn't matter.
Oh, you wrote the exact same number twice?
Yep.
Hell yeah.
You want me to roll the baby's perception?
Yes, please.
I believe into baby.
Natural
Perception.
1.
I don't believe in DeBaby anymore.
The baby needs a upgrade that I could give her if only Doro would share his knowledge.
Maybe he's discovered something
Maybe
in the
he's
meantime.
done.
Who knows? Yeah. All right.
He'll never tell you.
Oh, he'll tell me, or he dies.
Oh,
Then he won't tell you ever.
I was like, yeah.
true.
Rip.
Then you'll never know.
Unless you capture his soul.
Don't get smart on me. Yeah, I might just capture his soul and stick it in my my king piece.
Put in the lizard.
That's a good idea.
That's mean.
That's just messed up.
That way
Doro
I'll
is
have
a
a very
lizard.
smart lizard.
A lizard that can sing.
I love it.
All right, I will ask, who painted the tent for everybody?
I did.
All right, what color is it?
It's probably just like mud brown or something.
Okay, just to blend in.
Yeah, hopefully sandy colored.
Or it is literally just like drawing a mound.
Okay.
Because that's what homes are like for him.
Excellent. While you guys are all resting, go ahead and use one more ration for me. The first,
We don't eat while we sleep.
you're going to be awake in a second. I mean, you can choose to not eat, and we can roll on how tired Kiara is table.
One level of
Whatever.
exhaustion.
I know, right?
You're so mean, God.
I know. Making you spend 5 gold.
How dare.
Take a level of exhaustion. That's fine.
It's just exhaustion. How bad can it get?
No BD.
No. Yeah, exactly. No BD. On our first watch out, well, Valen this is probably the least interesting conversation that's ever been had because Casey cannot speak and Valen's currently a rhino.
Hey. Casey can beep beep boop boop beep beep.
Okay, Casey beeps at the
I make
rhino.
noises.
Does the rhino respond to Casey's beeping?
I make rhino noises and push him over.
All right.
Casey flails and beeps angrily.
This explains Casey's poor perception check. Fortunately, the rhino is very confident.
It's Casey's own fault for swearing so much.
This is
He's
true.
getting beeped out.
This is true.
If he just didn't insult me so much, I wouldn't push him over.
I know, right?
Oh, it's because he loves you.
I don't know about
Fortunately, Orit and Kiara, you guys are able to get a nice rest. And after their
I
shift,
really don't need this rest spot, you know.
you're not a magic dealer.
True. I could have taken the thingies.
And waking after about 3 hours or so, Kiara, Urit, and we'll say Droon joins you guys after this one. So Valen, you go ahead and get your, well, probably get your long rest. Let's say Urit and Kiara, go ahead and roll me perception.
I perceive nothing,
Oh no.
And that would be a disadvantage because it's dark.
but I have dark vision.
It's still disadvantage.
Really?
Dark
It-
vision only goes so far.
Yeah, it's only so far, and it makes it a dim light.
I mean, it's 120 feet for me, so yes.
We're taking my second roll no matter what I rolled, right?
You roll a 20 and 24, regardless. Those are both very good. And Droon would be at 20, so yeah,
I
yep.
just wasted my
You're
crit
good.
on a disadvantage. Mother
What crit?
I rolled a 24.
I just see a 20. I don't know what you're talking about.
He deleted it.
You didn't waste it. What are you talking about?
Never.
I don't know how I feel about that.
If I delete it, it didn't happen. You can't waste it. You're good.
He just got
I
panel snapped.
knock on wood. That's how it works.
Exactly.
At least now you know your next roll will be guaranteed 20.
Bingo.
Yeah.
I undid
work?
the bad RNG for you. I'm saving a good RNG.
Thanks.
All right. You guys do hear some things and creatures maybe watching out in the distance, but you're able to react in time and maybe snuff some of the fires you have burning for both heat and to see just a little. Because of this, you're not attacked during the night. In fact, things go over quite well. While the three of you are sort of just resting in the desert. You guys talk about anything in particular?
I mean, it's night out, so I might as well take a look at the stars. Find the cat constellation.
Looking upward, you do see a very janky looking cat, and it does indeed have a nubby tail. It's not really something you noticed before, because as I mentioned, this is more of a child's constellation. It's not something that is written in any books officially. It is usually documented, but not officially. You see the standard constellations to its right, to its left, just below it. June kind of chuckles as he looks up at it, and just kind of looks at the two of you. And how about you, Kiara?
I mean, I guess I'm also curious to the stars.
They're honestly they're
my
readable
mind
tonight.
is
It's
gonna be on my nemesis, though. Are there any leftover tracks? Or has
little-
it been too long? Too much wind, I guess.
There's probably been too much wind. It's also a little dark. You could attempt to look around a bit. You don't know how risky that would be. What?
Can I ask the guards?
The golems?
Yeah,
Yeah, of course. Are you gonna do that now or after we get our rest?
I'll do that after we get our rest.
Looking over to the two of you, Rune sort of speaks up and says, "Were you able to find anything interesting in the tomes you were diving through?"
Yeah.
They were very meticulous about, well, taking notes.
Oh, that's good. Unfortunately, I'm unable to read any of that, so sorry I was unable to assist. But
Oh no, that's fine.
all the same, how about the paintings?
On the wall?
Yes, not the sculpture ones, but the ones with actual ink. You plan on taking those with you?
Wait, were there paintings on the wall?
Yeah, I said Drew was looking at. There were paintings between like the bas relief.
Yeah, I want to take those.
Okay.
We can put those on display in the tavern.
You could, yeah. He sort of nods to that and says, "Yes, I don't really know too much about this tribe. The three leaders seem to be quite interesting." As he stares at you for a moment, Kiara, and you do remember that they are encapsulated in the queen piece in your pack, and you can feel it thrum. You're not sure if they are waiting, resting, or something, but there is indeed an immense power waiting in there. Whoever painted them had well, I wouldn't say a kind soul, but they're an interesting individual. You can tell a lot about someone from the art they produce. Doro's music, for example, and Jolly Beast's paintings.
Kind soul, huh? I'll take out the piece.
You do, and as I mentioned, it feels like lightning arcs down your fingers. It doesn't look any different, but it feels different. A very steady thrum emanates from the piece.
Does the piece itself look okay? Like there's too much power inside of it?
It looks just like a queen piece for a dragon chess set. It feels more different than it looks.
All
Is
right,
3
well,
ante dragon chess actually like actual chess, or is it something special?
I have no idea.
With how it plays, I think it's supposed to just play like art chess, just called dragon chess to be cute. We can say it does have its own custom rules. Because fantasy. Of course
I
it
mean,
does.
dragon chess. It should have its
Exactly.
own rules.
Yeah. Maybe the pawns turn to dragons at the end. Or maybe they turn into, I don't know, something else.
Maybe it's
Knights
like
to slay the dragon? Who
magical,
knows?
magical chess in Harry Potter, you know.
Oh, no, the pieces are definitely magical in their own right, depending on the chess that you have on you. We'll say Kiara's currently, just because she's traveling with it. This set specifically is not magical, but there are indeed magical sets where you can control the pieces with your mind, actually.
Ooh.
You just put your hand on the table, and it knows what you want to do, and the piece will move.
Hey, that's an illegal move.
Well, I want it to go there. Shit, he has a point.
All right. Well, I have no idea how to talk to them, so
Kiara figures it's probably
Maybe
best to
use
put
words.
the piece away for now, as she's not really
Yeah.
sensing anything coming from it besides not really any particular straight emotion, just pure raw energy.
yeah. So I'll put them away, but I definitely want to take the paintings. I didn't realize they were paintings.
And as she stares at this piece, you can feel that the soul residing in your weapon is currently resting, recharging his abilities, his power for you. But you do feel a closer connection to it. He's almost as if he wants to say something, but either physically cannot or is not ready to bring it up. But you do feel closer to him. And
I'll give him time.
He's still adjusting.
He's just shy now.
Before the night rolls up and we hit our 3-hour mark here, Druin addresses the two of you and says, are either of you interested in, I guess, the arts?
I dabble.
How so?
I mean, I painted the shield already, right?
Painted the what?
The shield with the dragon symbol?
Mm,
I'll just
yes.
whip out the shield and show it to him. I did this!
Oh, that's quite interesting. Does it mean anything?
Well, it's in honor of the dragon that was my friend when I was growing up. But that's about it.
You befriended a dragon? What was his name?
Well, we couldn't say his name,
Understandable.
but we just called him... Shit, what did I call him again?
And you wrote it down,
Oh.
didn't you?
Sir Foley Sunbane.
Something included, or did you just forget?
What do you mean?
Said something.
I said Sir Foley Sunbane.
Sunbane, I heard something. Well, that sounds quite prestigious.
I guess so. He didn't talk much about his past.
Understandable. You'll have to introduce me to him if you can.
Oh, he'd probably like some new friends.
I smiles at that, then looks to Urit, motioning the same question to you.
Well, aside from my crafts, I'm not the best at the arts, honestly. For that kind of stuff, you would have to be talking to my sister.
And what does she dabble in?
She is the finest sculptor.
Oh. As in
She
the
would actually
statues,
be,
or
quite interested. Statues, masonry. He'll point at or in a direction of the temple. Those banisters. I'm pretty sure she would love to learn that.
Well, sounds like you are very interesting people to introduce me to. I wish I could introduce you to my late partner, but all the same, we still have the memories.
Memories are what matter.
Yes, it can. Well, I'm sure you understand. We've all been through things. It can hurt to move on without those you love, but
You're telling me I'm still trying to find his killer.
he nods at that. It is good to be alive, though. We can live on for them.
Yes.
Keep their memories strong. And he smiles at that and looks up. The moons are about half full tonight. He smiles and there's a tear in his eyes. He's remembering the past, but he's smiling. It's a happy tear, and he smiles back to you too. He says, "Well, I believe that's about the end of our shift. See how Valen is feeling." He turns to get up to walk over to the tent that Valen's in.
How is the rhino doing?
Currently no longer a rhino.
I could turn into a rhino again, but
He
no.
could. He very much could. You all feel very much rested. So yes, through this, you guys were unassaulted during the night. You will receive a long rest. And after the session, we all also hit level 7. Congratulations.
Hey.
Sweet.
What do you mean after the session?
Right
We could-
now.
We could level now, but
Give it to me now.
I mean, there is a level up button in Foundry.
True,
there
true.
is, but I don't know how well it functions.
I actually
It
get
worked
my
for
third
the Gunbreaker class in my Foundry. It
Really?
worked quite well, actually.
Oh,
It added
okay.
everything
He actually gets
automatically.
you to pick your class figures.
Yeah, it did when I did
It
the
does?
Gunbreaker.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm scared to click on it.
Now want
I
to
mean,
try.
I don't know if it'll act differently because my Foundry works differently from yours for some reason.
This is
but
true.
Try it.
Technically, you can try it, but go ahead and do your long rest first.
No, wait. I have an idea.
I am
Make a
terrified
copy of my
of that.
sheet. Like, make a copy of my character sheet, and then we can try it on the copy.
This is true. I'm blind. Okay. Balance copy.
On copy. Level up button, 6 to 7. Yes. Did it, like, send a request?
Does it what?
It didn't level up.
Interesting. Click level.
What if you hit it?
6 to 7. Click. Take average. Yes. You want
Okay,
to
so I
populate
think
the
it's
spell book for this class for level 7?
Yes.
Yes. It didn't do anything.
Oh, level 7.
Oh, there we go. Holy shit, that took a while.
And, oh god, it prepared every 4th level spell.
It did?
Every single, I mean, I can change that,
Oh! It did.
Nice.
but it does work, though.
At least they're there. Okay.
Seven is not overpowered.
Do you want me to delete the copy, then do it to your main token?
Sure, if you want to let us level right now.
Okay.
I'll carry the way.
I guess I can try it.
Yeah. To be doubly safe, we can level while we're moving forward and such. But yes, to be doubly safe, level, and then also level in Beyond, just to make sure all the stats line up. Sometimes some things work up. I will say specifically, they're currently messing with automated AC to make sure all that lines up. There have been some issues. They're still working on it. So, like I said, if anything doesn't line up, just let me know and I'll fix it. Not a big deal.
Well, the level up button doesn't work for us. Like, it just... We
It still
click
says
the
nothing?
level 6 to, we do the level 6 to level 7, and then it just goes away.
Really? Can you guys do it?
Yeah, so you would have
Yeah,
to do
it works
it.
for me.
Oh, it worked
Did
for
it
you,
level
though.
up, actually?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm borked then, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, he's indeed level 7. Okay. Did it work for you, Kiara?
Mine says cannot level up, no known classes found.
Oh, yeah, you're Artificer. You're an Artificer. It's not technically part of the SRD.
Officially supported. Like
Yeah, Artificer's not officially supported technically.
Oh god.
That's why there aren't many third-party Artificer classes, because technically if you print it, you're giving away free information that Wizards is really giving away. So.
Oh god.
It's what? What's so good?
You're probably gonna have to re-import us at some point.
What happened?
I can't unprepare Ice Storm. It's just there.
You can't unprepare it?
Yeah. It's just stuck there.
Remove preparation? Ah, the key does not exist. Okay, that's fine. Don't worry about it. It's
I'm
weird.
not gonna use it anyways.
Yeah,
but-
it's all good. It's all good.
Oh shit, I get Wall of Fire? Hell yeah.
I guess question, is Ice Storm supposed to be there or no?
check something.
I think it's part of my spell list.
I can just
It's
delete it.
Sure, I won't use it today.
I can't delete it! It deleted and popped back in! Oh no! That's
Can I delete
great.
it?
That's hilarious. I deleted it and instantly popped back. Holy shit.
Nice. Well, I'll just level up on Beyond as well.
Yeah, go ahead and do it after the session. But yes, you all feel stronger and more awake after that last tussle. Kiara, obviously, since it doesn't work in here, we'll do it in Beyond. We'll fix it up later. So
Yeah.
it's all good.
Kiara is weaker now. Feels bad.
What?
You got less
You're
experience.
weaker than us, technically.
Exactly. You have to carry her. Ugh.
Ugh.
Abilities like this.
God.
Ugh.
My bad.
Oh.
Rude shit. Oh, you finally got that. Nice.
I
It's
get
only slightly
polymorph now.
Overpowered.
Use your reaction to force
I can force rerolls on enemy rolls.
up to
And
3
Hell
times
yeah.
per long rest?
For my proficiency level, so 3 times.
3 times per long rest? Very nice. That's
Is it
awesome.
long rest?
Yeah, I think so. You can finish long rest? Yeah. Very cool. Awesome.
And I also took the Storm Rune, which gives me... I'm always alert,
Mm.
so I can't be surprised. That's nice.
Excellent.
I have advantage on Arcana checks.
Speaking of cannot be surprised, something I was messing with. So I've noticed that stealth and surprise attacks and surprise rounds, none of those things are really a thing in 5e technically.
They
So I figured,
aren't because it would be stupidly overpowered for assassins.
right. So basically the way I figured it is we'll do this. If roleplay wise, you guys do officially sneak up on a group, which logic makes sense. With both sessions, I've been basically saying 1 or 2 of you can do an attack, basically whoever had the highest stealth before the enemies react. It's not a full-on stealth, it's not a full-on surprise round because they only get 1 attack. It's not like take a full round before them because holy shit, they busted. It's basically just a quick boost of hiya. Instead, the way I figured it is if you guys officially sneak up on a group, you guys will roll your initiative with advantage, and if an enemy happens to go before you, they technically don't go at all. So for example, if you guys all roll initiative, and let's say you guys, the highest gets a 19, but then I roll an enemy and they get a 22. Because they don't technically know you're there, their turn is skipped, and then initiative will just roll as usual, and then Urt will go, let's say he's next, and then all the enemies are made aware of you, but because the first one didn't see you guys, he just doesn't get a turn. So it's not really a surprise round, but you guys go before them, effectively. So no matter what, however you roll, you guys always go first. And
Excellent.
yeah, so I think that's nice and fair, because they wouldn't be made aware of your guys' presence. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that works. Alrighty, and on that note, are we venturing back into the Dungone?
Yeah.
Okay, you wanted to speak with 2 guards up front, Kiara?
Oh, yes.
Alrighty. As your group ascends the steps again, what are you guys doing with your tent?
I guess we
Just
just
leave it there?
You're gonna litter it? I'm kidding.
Yeah,
Also-
why not?
Honestly, we can probably use that to
Why?
temporarily hide all the loot we just have in our destroyed cart.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, good point. Yeah, why not?
Actually, should we do that? Leave it in plain sight?
Probably not.
I mean, I'm sure we would like to hear the fighting if the 2 golems got attacked.
Mm-hmm.
That's Earth's logic, at least.
And I was like keeping an eye out. You didn't notice anyone approaching the temple. You didn't notice either of the guardian golems do anything in particular. They sort of just chill, hung out.
Ahem, Mr. Golems.
As you close in on them, both of their heads turn and crack to face your group.
Hi.
And dust settles off their shoulders and falls to the ground. They continue to stare at you.
So, someone inside mentioned that a dude with a centipede ran out. Did you happen to see which way he ran?
They look to each other, then look back to you.
The subject ran away.
Well,
Did
that's
you happen
not
to
very
see
helpful.
which direction? Like that way, I point one way, or that way, I point the other way.
We believe he went south.
South. Okay. Is south the way we came from?
No.
You all
north of
came.
here.
Yeah, you guys came from
North, east,
the east of
northwest.
here. This location was west of Shop.
Okay.
But
Well.
you guys also do recall that unfortunately there really is only one way in and out of here, so take that with a grain of salt. This entrance is in a ravine, so
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, it's worth a shot. All right. Thank you.
You are welcome. Do you wish entry again?
Yes, please.
Did you finish your duties?
What? Sorry.
Duties?
they're looking at you specifically, Kiara, and they're almost looking past you. Both
like-
columns keep sort of looking back to each other and then back to you, almost unsure.
Like to my backpack?
You feel as if they're looking at your backpack, yeah.
Well, there is still a couple of things that we need to do inside.
Understood. Do not tally.
Noted.
We sense a disturbance. It would be most beneficial to move hastily
Disturbance inside or out there behind us?
inside the premises.
Okay.
Is there anything you can tell us about the boon guy?
They think for a
What's
moment,
his deal?
almost as a loading a response, and say,
Do not engage unless you wish a swift death.
Yes, we noticed that.
Yeah, he's a little scary.
that is all they seem to say. They are standing firm and just watching.
right, in we go.
Once again, not reacting. They allow you all entry into the temple again. And heading on in, the warmth from the outside dissipates as you're greeted by the cold, slowly warming halls of the temple. What do we all do?
Slowly warming, naturally warming.
Naturally warming.
All right. Well, I really don't want to get chased around by the golem, so I'm gonna be very, very, very careful.
Is it stealthy time?
I assume so.
Extra stealthy time, please.
Is that pass without trace time? All right, everyone go ahead and roll me stealth.
With disadvantage.
With disadvantage, but plus
Yeah.
10, so good luck messing this one up.
Oh,
I mean,
not
19.
on wood. You monster.
26 and 19.
19.
All
When I
right.
don't even need it.
All right, the bone golem rolls his perception in
Oh,
private.
damn. The other one would have been a 20.
All right. Ignore his current
Nice.
position. And using a clock dice, aka a d12, to determine where he moves and when he moves. It's perfect.
So how do you want to do this? Start at the bottom and go counterclockwise?
That sounds
Yeah,
good.
probably go to the bottom room.
Heading on into the temple, you unfortunately see your smashed cart.
No.
And
all
looking
the
about,
witches inside it.
you do not
And I removed it up.
see or hear the golem. Safe to say he is far enough that you guys can move freely from where you are. Come as Brune.
What did Droon roll
I'm
for
sticking
his
to the
stealth?
walls.
Let's see. For stealth. Oh, he would have not disadvantage. 25.
25.
He's wearing cloth armor. Well, I guess light leather armor. So he good.
June is the coolest.
Quickly turning the corner, you guys can see that yes, these altars have indeed flipped
Boy,
and are full of various bits and bobs.
Audible gasp.
more bits and bobs.
More bits and bobs. Y'all see a bunch of gold. You see directly in front of you, Valen, there is seconds.
I really wish I had a bag of holding.
Man, if only you made that.
Only you made that.
I mean, you're
Okay.
level 7 now, you know?
You have one more room.
Technically
Uh,
make one now. I think.
Yeah, so-
Husby, can I make one now, please?
this very second, no. How would you make one right now? What are you gonna do?
I mean, she's level 7. She can switch out her thingies now, right?
Yeah.
Technically.
I'm not
Technically,
sure
yeah.
what exactly you need to make a bag of holding.
We'll poke it in a bit.
It probably is just a bag and you cast some magic on it, I think. Actually,
Yeah.
I'm not even
Yeah, probably.
But gazing upon these altars, you see various silks, leathers. Some of them have like golden filaments on them. You see robes. There's a chest with some gold in it. Quickly counting it, you see about 200 more pieces. And in front of you, Valen, you see 2 vials with a green substance in them, and next to them a deck of cards.
sure. Oh
Oh
no.
boy. Deck of many things, yeah. How to ruin a campaign.
I know, right?
First card you draw. Ruin. Ah,
You die.
Bye.
goodbye.
Throw it at Casey.
Doesn't,
No!
doesn't Ruin also destroy Chabi, technically?
I think ruin destroys all your magic items, doesn't it?
I thought
Oh,
it destroyed,
God.
like everything you're related to or something. I don't know.
That would
So,
be
Let's see.
absolutely horrible.
I know there's one that just sucks out your soul.
I'm sure it was
Cool.
one that like destroyed your nearby town, your hometown or something. I'm not sure.
Seriously?
I will very carefully, but also very shittily, pick them up and try to Arcana check them.
Say ruin or all forms
Nice.
of wealth that you carry or own, other than magic items, are lost. Okay.
Ah, yes.
Property,
Well-
business, buildings, and land that you own are lost in a way that alters the least.
Since Urit took his storm rune finally, he can do this now.
Any documentation that proves you should own something is also lost. That's so specific. I love that.
I get advantage on all my Arcana checks.
Really?
These runes are really useful.
Very nice. Okay. Your mic also got a little quiet there. Are you also looking at the deck? Both of you are?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you getting on this, Akira? Or are you looking at all the gold stuff?
Gold.
Okay. Akira's checking the gold. Urit, you were able to tell that this is indeed not the deck of many things, but it's something different. There are... Actually, you can't tell how many cards are in this deck. It's difficult. You start counting, and then you keep like flipping through the deck, and you turn the deck over, and the back of the card is like black with various triangles and a snake slithering through and around the triangles and various diamonds and such. And you turn the deck and you like flip the cards, and while you're counting them, at least there's no face to the card. They're all just backings. All these treasures in this place are going to be game related.
Yeah.
What do you mean game related?
Dice, cards.
Oh, game related. Gotcha. Okay, sorry. Potentially.
Yes. Not meta game related.
Yeah, I wasn't sure which one you're going for. Looking
Does
through the
this
deck.
game have anything to do with the game?
I know. Is this game a game? It's difficult to discern how many cards are in this deck for it. Nor can you really tell necessarily what it does, but it's something that you've never seen before. It's definitely magical in nature.
Giving me a headache.
100% magical in nature.
I'm gonna tell Valen to put them somewhere because they're giving me a headache.
Okay, I'll put them in my pocket.
Okay.
And don't lose them.
All right. I'm going to put the item in your pocket. Don't read it.
Okay. No inventory for me.
Well, I sorry. You'll see it. Don't read the effect. Put it that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you can change the name, right?
I can, yeah, but you'll see what it does when you touch it. And next to it, you see 2 glass vials with a green
Valen
substance.
drops the deck of cards and summons like 50 million enemies or something.
I died.
Oh shit!
I didn't mean
that's,
it.
that's what the cards do.
And fortunately, Kakashi's the only. Oh my god! Hey, Cassettes, by the way, you're the one that survived. What happened? Don't worry about it.
No.
Valen dropped the deck of cards.
I mean,
What a
that's
way
one
to go.
But yes, you guys see amongst all the gold and such, you do see 2 green vials.
I can drink one.
I feel like these are just poison or some weird shit. I don't know.
You can check them. You can check for magic. You can check nature, wisdom, whatever you want.
I'll do another shitty Arcana check.
That
Roll
wasn't so shitty.
-1.
Not bad. Having a quick gander at them, Valen, you can tell quite quickly, upon moving the liquid around and such, there's a bubble to it, but it's not dangerous in nature. Go ahead and pop this in your inventory. This is a potion of acid resistance.
Oh,
And
boy.
as you pick it up and place it into your inventory, you hear a muffled laughter coming from Kiara's bag.
Is it Card's laugh? Or
Uh,
a feminine laugh?
It's a feminine laugh.
I
Of
will.
course, we would find the acid resistance after we fight them.
Precisely.
That's just rude.
It feels very
Fine.
mocking in nature.
It's fine because the acid didn't hit any of us. Well, it hit Urit, but you know,
Me too, didn't it?
it hit you. I thought you were too
Kiara
speedy
missed
to be hit.
120
it only
feet.
me like 3 times.
Yeah, I'm sorry,
Well,
Kiara.
You kind of got yo-yoed.
Though to be honest, they could have used it well as well.
I
because
don't think
we pushed them in like 3 times.
Kiara was aware there was even acid in that fight. She was moving so fast.
Man, this floor is real green.
She completely ignored that mechanic. It was great.
Yeah, that was nothing.
All right. Other than that, there are various riches that Droon helps you gather.
Oh boy,
Let's
money.
see, I did make a room for this, so let's see if this works.
I guess we count the money later.
Does it roll automatically with advantage?
Yeah.
Very nice.
Because I already had the passive for it made.
Excellent.
So
Awesome.
I just had to drag it in my inventory.
Hell yeah. Alrighty. Alright. And besides that, this room is seemingly empty after having been looted. Where to next?
across the way, or
Okay.
were those just pedestals? Oh,
Uh,
they're just pedestals.
Looking
I
across the way,
guess
these
they-
are indeed
Luke.
blank pedestals with shattered stone
And
strewn
has
throughout
a
the
heart
room.
attack as he doesn't look behind him.
Indeed.
Sorry, what was in this room? Nothing?
Nothing. This is the room with the stone statues in them that you guys killed.
Right. Earth will turn around, look, see something in the corner of his eye, and go stand behind the wall until everyone else do the same.
Ah, move, Casey.
June.
You too,
June.
Drew.
All right, as you sense the beast in the distance, fortunately you're all stealthy enough as it moves along.
You should please move, June.
And don't worry about him. He's good. Gravy.
Thank you.
It does-
Drune is God.
Exactly. Don't worry
Drew
too
is
much
a
about me
cat,
moving
he
Drew
goes where he
around.
pleases.
I
Yeah,
mean, we've nearly
exactly.
killed him several times.
It's okay. He's a big meatbag
It's
for you guys.
Fine.
I don't want him to die. He just got back to life.
I would
Well,
prefer
I-
if he didn't die, but you know,
I can
The
revive
dice.
people if we have diamonds.
the dice will decide this.
Can you though?
If I have diamonds.
Can you actually cast a spell in this world?
What?
Can you actually cast Revivify in this world with the alternate revive rules?
You can, yeah. Revive's fine.
Right.
Revive is
Hope
spec-
so,
it's it.
Because my other character took it.
Yeah, to balance that, diamonds are just more rare. But like,
Nah.
it's a specific diamond, not just like any type of diamond. So it's a ruby, it's not a diamond. Yeah, to balance it, they're just more rare. So you're not rezzing people left and right to make death
Earth will
meaningless.
use his tremor sense to specifically find those diamonds.
Become
which
as diamonds.
which diamonds are very lifey feeling. But yes, you do see the beast move clockwise northward.
I just noticed I rolled an 8 with advantage, by the way. That's
Well, the first roll was 4, so
true.
all right. What next?
You said he's going clockwise?
Yes, you will. Otherwise, he'd be in front of you. Yes.
Stealthy time.
Look
Oh, wait.
safe.
All right. I'll let you guys keep your stealth rolls, and go where it goes you will.
God.
We're going reverse
Do we wanna go
clockwise,
the other way?
or
I mean, I guess we would go
Oh.
kind of fast.
We're gonna have to, otherwise we're gonna
Yeah,
meet
we-
him along the way.
I mean, we can hide inside the weird room with the poisoned wine.
Okay.
all right. Headed northward. You guys are relatively stealthy, almost making no sound while you're in the presence of your friend Balin. And northward we go. Northward we go. You notice to the right, these two doors are still cracked open, and Kiara knows why.
Urt knocks on the wall.
What do you mean Kiara knows why?
Kiara might have
can't
ran through here while screaming and running from the creature
True.
Maybe.
while everyone was waiting.
Alright, so then I have no reason to be alarmed if they're still open, right?
Oh no alarm. Just only you know why they're open.
Okay.
Very stealthy.
Urt
Fine.
will knock on the wall that he doesn't know is there,
You,
and then move
you-
on.
okay?
Alright. We don't see him yet, right?
Correct. You do not.
Oh, shit.
Moving inward though.
I'm being careful.
Hello?
I'm listening for him.
Moving upward. Urich, you do feel some vibrations northward.
Don't go in.
oh,
Valin
wait, we got-
and
run away.
Kiara stop for a moment, and you hear
I'm gonna wait here and see which way it goes.
various urns being pushed. One falls to the ground, and before it clatters, he quickly reaches out, grabs it. You feel the vibrations growing closer to you, Urich. Quickly telling your team this, you move over to the left.
Yes.
It's dragging its way downward, quickly shifting its size through the small hallway. And while it's focused on that, your group quickly moves upward. And it does not see you.
Oh, cool.
Continues moving up.
Stuff.
Yes, upon moving into this room, you can see all of these altars have also indeed flipped. There is more gold strewn about. Slightly less than the other room, still. More gold all the same. Approximately 100 gold worth of just things, bits and bobs.
I want to think back to that book mentioning the cracks, because there was a crack in here.
Correct, right here.
Alright, so do I need to do a history check to figure out if I can do something?
What exactly are you trying to do with it? Precisely.
I mean, what did that book tell us about the cracks?
Nothing specific about the cracks. It was more so mentioning the general like bas-relief designs and how they can mean more than they look if you gaze upon them for long
If I gaze upon them long enough?
enough. They seem to change slightly. As I mentioned before, they are not moving until you look at them. The more you look at them, the more they move. And they might reveal information if you look at them for long enough.
I will stare at them for a very long time.
While
I'm
you're
sure.
doing
I
that,
guess I'll go on the lookout for Big Boy then.
you're checking out the walls and such.
I'm gonna. Actually, what's the best place to wait for a massive column?
Up to you. And then Valen, what are you doing while he's deciding?
I'll peek around these corners, I guess, and
Okay.
channel my sensory stone feet or something.
Excellent. And Valen?
I want to take another look at that deck, actually. Really
Before
want
you,
to figure out what it does.
before you do that, besides all the gold in this room, there are two more items. One of them is a bag, and another is a large blue feather.
Whole bag.
A whole bag. It is
I like
leather.
the feather.
Looking at the feather, you see a
Tickles.
flooding.
The bag
It
might be
is-
useful. But
It is
feather.
relatively small. It is blue, and the quill, the tip, is metal. It looks as if this little metal sheath was almost made for this feather. It is indeed magical in nature, and if you wish to roll an Arcana check on it, you may.
I will try.
I believe it.
I don't.
Alrighty. Besides being magical in nature, you do know this feather belongs to a series of feather tokens, although you cannot tell what kind this is. You know they all have a unique ability, but you're not sure what this one does. If you speak an intent and want it to do a thing, it will just activate, so you know to be careful with it. You are aware
Okay.
that you don't necessarily need to know what it does to activate it, so just the intent to do so will do so.
Okay.
And gazing upon the deck again, go ahead and roll me an Arcana check, but this time with advantage. While your friends are looking at their things. All right.
Thank
This
God
deck
knows what's
is
advantage.
somewhat unique. The more you gaze upon it, there's definitely something to it. And you notice, as I mentioned before, as you flip through the cards, this deck doesn't seem to end. It just goes and goes and goes. And you get the feeling that whatever magical ability is contained within this deck can only be used once per day, but it will be wild and magical in nature. Wild is underlined twice.
Oh boy.
Upon closer inspection, you can probably tell what it is, but in the temple, little difficult. Kiara, upon looking at the bas relief on the wall, or you were doing the same, or are you checking for the beast?
I am, yeah. Since we're apparently waiting. and
Right,
checking
excellent.
the barley for a while.
So you're basically doing double duty. But as you do it, you see that the bas relief in the wall here, as you stare at it. Same with you, Kiara. You notice that whatever design from here and from here does indeed lead to this crack. Upon staring at it, there's almost a door type design, or a cave, an entry of some variety. You know that you cannot enter, but the feeling that you're receiving, this is most likely a passageway for the beast. You don't know why, but you get that feeling. And the more you stare at it, the more you see various UNT building and crafting and working away, and you can feel the magic deep within the wall. You actually then begin to see small bones that rotate and spin around this crack in the wall. And Urit,
Like real bones?
there is the bas relief design. And Urit, staring at your general direction, see a hunt. And the hunt leads clockwise from where you're currently located, along this side of the wall, heading east. The more you stare at it, the more it seems to move, almost spurring you to follow.
I'll tell Drew to take over my watch for a second.
Okay. He takes a look around the corner, ensuring to be extra careful.
I'll sneak around the corner. I'll peek around the corner,
Okay.
see if there's anything there.
As you peek around the corner, you can both kind of see and hear the creature sort of pacing. It's sort of moving up and down, and sort of unsure, but then begins to move southward.
I begin following the bar leaf.
As you follow, you see them hunting various winged beasts, four-legged beasts, other tribes that are met in stalemates, but in the end, victory. You keep heading eastward and eastward as you end up heading towards the south.
Is there more bar leaf happening?
So it tends to end here and head back into the room, but upon looking, there's almost a strange illusion. This gap, this hallway here. There is no design, but you're not sure if your eyes are playing a trick on you or something else, but the design almost continues in the air. There's something magical about it, and it leads you to the next southern wall. And you move, continuing southward. Valen and Kiara, you would notice for a moment, you see kind of Druin look around the corner, that Erd is gone.
Hello?
Well, better go find him.
How close do you need to be to benefit from Pass That Trace?
Like
30 feet?
30 feet, I think.
While you're heading southward, Erd, go ahead and roll me stealth.
He's.
Oh god,
I was about to say he's out of reach, isn't he?
I
Oh,
feel
yeah.
very much out of reach. Don't kill me.
At least I think
Don't
it's 30
stop
feet. It's not too
Believing.
Oh, that's a great roll.
That's a wonderful
far. Oh,
roll.
wonderful.
It would have been a 6 otherwise.
Yeah, it's 30 feet.
Alrighty. Unbeknownst to him, Erd continues. Party up top. What do y'all do?
I mean, at
Oh,
least
I
I
gotta
can't
go
be
look for
surprised
him.
anymore.
Yeah.
You're not surprised at your lack of stealth?
Yeah, I mean, if anything happens around me, I will instantly know. I mean, I can't
This
be
is- this is
surprised.
true.
He
You-
can't
you also
sneak up on me.
Yeah, you also have Tremor Sense. That helps.
True.
As
I'm
soon as
just
you notice him
very-
gone, we gotta go find him.
I'm
Yeah.
just very slowly tracing the painting, the banister thing, basically.
Erd is following it southward, and for a moment, Kiara and Valen, you wonder where your friend is, but you hear a somewhat large clank coming from the 3 o'clock position downward.
Tiptoe, 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 tiptoe.
Do we have to roll
And-
stealth here?
You guys rolled very with plus 10. You don't need to. You're good.
You're still inside the range, yeah.
Oh, I could
Yeah.
roll a 1.
You could roll a 1. This
I mean,
this is
I would
indeed true.
probably still see them coming, so I
Yeah.
would tell
And,
them to
uh,
be quiet and follow.
We'll say you got to about here, right? By the time that they turn the corner.
Do you see the creature?
You hear it shuffling about. You're not entirely sure where it is, but you can hear it moving. It's being a little louder than maybe you're used to.
Hmm.
Almost as if it's now actively hunting and seeking. Or you can feel it moving about, but you're not entirely sure where it is. This movement does feel different, though. It feels a little more desperate. It feels violent in nature. But you do indeed still see this design heading southward. And you all remember, well, I guess Kiara and Urit remember, the tail pull. Looking closer to these designs can tell a story and reveal secrets.
All right.
Druin is just following.
I just keep following the.
As you
Design.
continue to head southward, almost exactly here, Urit, the design stops. And you see just south of there, a design also leading from the 6 o'clock position, moving upward and stopping here. Both designs culminate to this point. It's almost as big and obvious as the giant sculpture that was behind the 3 warlords ceiling arrangement. And you look up this giant wall, and you see it shifting, writhing. Various snakes and other lizard-type folk, almost dancing. It's a very warlike dance. They're swinging their weapons. There's magic and ice, wind, fire swirling around them. It's quite beautiful, really. And almost without thinking, you place your hand on the wall. And you almost seem to phase through it. In fact, Urit, you were almost pulled into it. And all suddenly, Urit disappears from your guys' vision.
Hello?
You just
Urt?
hear.
I will also touch it.
You hear a crackling and a
And the
grinding behind you, Kiara and Valen.
I will also touch it.
As you touch it, you feel yourself pulled through as well.
Oh, God.
Kiara, you do the same and are also pulled through. Your baby following with, and Druin very quickly follows and is also pulled through as you feel the vibrations behind you get louder and louder. This room is entirely silent, the air stagnant as you look around.
I'm gonna sense to make sure he doesn't follow. Like that.
Sticking close to the wall, Urit, feel a crackling and a grinding, and bones rattling on bones. And it pauses for a moment, maybe thinks about entering the room. You see the wall in front of you warp ever so slightly, praying the creature does not move through. Luck is on your side today, as it does not. It continues moving towards the south. Your tremor sense coming in. Quite to play here. Druin is unsure as to what you're doing, but assumes that we are safe, and sort of walks into the room and begins to look around.
Is this rubble on the ground actually there or anything?
The rubble is to signify that there's a secret passageway, basically.
Nice.
Yeah.
So there isn't anything like an anything that feels different about it. My tremor sense.
The wall specifically, you can tell that it was concealed magically, almost as if you wouldn't be able to traverse into this room unless you knew about it, unless you saw the pattern, unless you were aware that it's here. So standardly, if you were to walk past this wall and put your hand against it, you wouldn't fall through. But knowing it's here triggered something.
Right.
And you're also not sure if the bone creature cannot come through, or for some reason is unable to sense you. Maybe this room, for whatever reason, is locked off. You actually notice as you got closer from the outside that your tremor sense didn't sense anything here. You didn't sense a pocket or anything. So safe to say, this place was most likely magically concealed in some way, shape, or form. While it is stagnant and rather claustrophobic in this room, you do feel safe.
It looks like we found our secret treasury. Well, secret treasury.
Looking about, you see another small hallway to the north. But immediately to the south, you see various treasures. Looking through here, you see two chests almost filled to the brim with gold. And in the center, you see something strange. This here is not a staff, but it's almost pieces of a staff. Magical components, maybe to craft something or put something together. A magic item in the works, if you will. And across that way, you see various expensive silks, somehow untouched by time. Their colors, exorbitant, bright, almost shouting.
Gonna check.
Yeah, quill in a bag.
Are there any traps in here?
Was
Did you
it
take the
just
bag
or
with
was
you,
it
by the way,
golden?
Fallon?
Hmm?
Did you take the bag with you?
Yeah, I took both.
Okay, to quickly describe the bag, the feather, blue, special and fancy. The bag seems to be sort of like a side satchel. It is leather in nature, and the flap is the face of a snake. When opened, you can see that the clasp, in order to hold it, there are like two metal buttons, and both of the teeth sort of clasp onto these buttons to keep the bag closed.
Oh, that's adorable.
It is also magical in nature, and the leather is quite well made, actually. It's very, very, very smooth. And what were you looking at, Kiara?
Put my hand in.
Snake leather.
You what?
Put my hand in.
You put your hand in the bag?
Yeah.
It eats it.
Okay.
Oh, my
Alright.
hand.
You open the bag and just your hand?
Yeah. Well, I'll look to see if there's anything in it.
You place your hand in the bag, and while there is nothing in it, the bag is not big enough for it to be this roomy feeling. You almost feel a breeze run against your hands, but you also feel a strange presence, question mark, emanating from the bag. You almost feel something touch you in a way. Maybe not physically. Maybe it's the wind. You're not really sure. Why is there wind in a bag?
Here,
Am-
take
am
the
I-
windy
am I
bag. I don't
seeing
want
this?
it. I don't like windy bags.
You see him putting his hand into a bag. Yes.
Like his entire hand?
Yeah. Oh yeah. His whole hand fit
Is
in
it
the
up
bag.
to your shoulder?
Well, it's not
I'm
your
just
arm,
putting my
right?
hand in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
no,
How
it's
So
far,
not
are you,
my
how
hand.
far are you reaching in?
Not very far. I just wanted to see if there was anything in it.
Alright.
But it's a windy bag, so I'm handing it to you. I don't like windy bags.
windy
I don't even know
bag.
how there's wind in the bag, but it's a windy bag.
Urt will look confused and just look inside the bag, see if he can see what's inside it.
say windy bag one more time.
Windy bag.
Bag.
Thank you. Looking inside, you see
Is it like a Wendigo?
an endless void. It doesn't go anywhere. It's just black.
Urt is gonna see if it has an echo.
What do you say?
Echo.
All right. As you say echo, your voice says echo, 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 echo into the bag.
Oh, this is a rather deep bag. Actually, Urt is gonna take out one of his prototype light runes that flashes and
Okay.
throw it in.
You throw it in, and as it flashes and blinks and falls into this void, you think you can see it hit bottom, as the light does not completely blink out, but it is deep. It is definitely in there, and you see it sort of shift. It moves to the left a little bit. You're not sure if it's just you holding the bag and somehow it's like center of mass is off.
They're just gonna turn it over and try to get his rune back.
You turn it over and you hold the bag upside down
Jostle it.
for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 seconds, waiting, and the rune falls out and hits on the floor and clatters across the floor.
It breaks.
Unfortunately, it cracks a little.
I've got a few more, it's fine.
It's a very large bag.
Quite.
Drina's staring at the
Very
bag, just really confused.
I'm gonna see if there's anything else in the bag and just keep shaking it for a bit.
As you shake it about a bit, you almost feel nothing comes out, but you feel that the texture, the scaled leather on the outside, almost shift and warp under your skin.
A living windy bag.
Almost as if something is
Oh boy.
sliding up against you, just slightly. You're not sure if it was you shifting the bag or the bag moving itself, as this all happened while you were
Well.
adjusting it.
On the plus side, we'll be able to carry all of our loot back home. guess.
Not sure that's what that means, but all right.
I mean, it doesn't seem to eat whatever we throw in, so I guess, you know,
All right, I'll go ahead and
this is one
And-
weird ass bag there.
the gold, as it doesn't do anything weird, it is just gold. And you have
Gold.
all these beautiful silks, wonderfully organized and displayed over to the right. And as I mentioned here, it just looks like various magical components. Maybe it's a staff that they were putting together. Maybe it could have been a wand or something of that variety. You're not entirely sure, but it's something that was a work in progress.
These
Nice.
chests just have gold, right?
They're just gold, yeah. This seems to be a storage room. It's not. I want to say it's not well organized because all the gold is pretty nicely placed in these two boxes here. What are you checking?
Are there any traps?
Magical traps? No.
I take out a piece of fabric.
Okay. It is soft and silky against your skin. It feels very nice. This is high quality fabric.
Oh.
What is this staff made of, by the way? Is it wooden or something?
Various bits of enchanted wood and metal. It is not a staff in whole, but in pieces. You're not entirely sure their intention.
Is it like broken in pieces or not yet completed in pieces?
The second one, the latter.
Right.
You see no breaks or cracks in it. More so they either didn't finish putting it together or had an intention for it and just weren't able to get it. Or they want it to be this way. Who knows?
Yeah, yes. How many pieces is it in?
That's about 6.
It's a lot of pieces.
They do
Not
look
enough
intentional though, as if either they could house a staff, maybe they be placed onto one, almost like an armor in a weird way, and or combined with something maybe to make a wand. It's very strange to look at, actually.
Weird.
Or you can, like, put it on a staff?
Almost, yeah. So sort of like you could the handle at least, almost as if you could wrap it around a staff, maybe to reinforce it, maybe to add some sort of magical oomph. You're not entirely sure what, as you don't really know what this thing does. It's definitely magical in nature. You don't need to roll to check that.
I mean, we can try it on my staff, see if it does anything.
If you want to try, sure.
Just put the stuff on there.
Okay, are you checking
Hopefully it
the?
doesn't blow up my
I
staff.
say, are you checking the pieces first, or what precisely are you doing?
I mean, if it looks like they'll just fit around a staff, I'll just kind of put it around mine.
They don't look like. So just staring at it, your staff is a bit gnarled, right? It's made of wood.
Yeah.
This is more straight. You're 1-to-1. It definitely won't fit. Just eyeballing it, it definitely won't fit.
Well, maybe get a different staff somewhere else and put it on it.
Potentially, or have someone look at this. You guys could check over it maybe at this very second.
Yeah.
But
I mean, Kiara is the wood expert, so
Put it in the bag.
all right, you put all the
Which
pieces
bag?
in the bag.
just the bag or the bag we just found?
The big
Do-
bag, the
do-
windy
do we-
bag.
Do we,
Windy bag.
do we trust the windy bag?
Do
No,
we trust the windy bag?
I don't.
I mean,
Why
I'm-
don't you
I
trust
was
the
gonna,
windy bag?
I'm just gonna
Tell
throw
me.
the gold in it. I don't care about it.
Because it's windy.
Because
I'm
it's
just gonna
windy.
throw all the
Wow.
gold in the bag. It's fine.
Damn.
Okay. All of the gold platters into it. I will go ahead and rename it for you.
Windy bag.
Windy bag of holding.
Is it actually a bag of holding?
Potentially. You haven't really
I
looked
mean,
at it yet, but it's a deep ass bag that's windy for some reason.
All right. Well, I want to take all the fabric and shove it
Wait,
into
we
my
haven't looked
bag.
at it yet?
I don't think you guys were. Did you roll an Arcana check on the bag specifically?
I mean, in
I
that case, I'm
didn't.
definitely gonna roll on it. I thought we already did.
Did
Well,
I? Thought
Yeah,
I?
Wow!
I was too busy staring at the walls.
Oh
so-
no, I didn't. I did the
Oh,
feather
that's
and
an
then I did the
amazing
deck again.
Yeah, so the feather in the deck's what you looked at.
Oh, well, I'll look at the bag again then. All right, doesn't matter. I know nothing.
All right, it's a windy ass bag though.
It is
All
a very
right.
windy bag.
Do you see
All
how
right.
useful this Arcana advantage is, though?
I will Arcana check it.
All right,
Nice windy bag. It really is.
you're looking at the
I like
bag
this windy bag.
specifically,
I mean,
Kiara.
to be fair, it makes
yes,
sense.
I'm
because
trying to figure out how safe it is.
Considering you were attempting or thinking about crafting one, this is a question mark bag of holding. There's something different about it. There's a different enchantment, something woven into it that makes it unique. You're not entirely sure what it is, but this is indeed a bag that could store basically anything you guys need it to. But there's something extra about it.
All right, well, until I figure out what that is, I don't trust it.
It
It makes it
feels
windy.
both windy and somewhat sentient.
As long as it isn't a bag of devouring, I'm fine. For now, I'm just gonna trust it and throw the gold in it.
Okay.
Throw stuff in
You-
it.
You pour the gold in, and the mouth of the bag
Basically,
almost.
I'm going to throw all the stuff in that's just stupidly heavy.
Uh,
And we have
it's
a lot of light gold.
it almost opens as if to receive the gold,
to
hungrily.
rid
So,
it all up.
and then the
Munch, munch.
I take the fabric and shove it into my personal bag.
you can't
Oh,
fit
that's
all
a
of it.
windy
As
bag?
there's
I
quite a
fit
bit.
all of it.
You somehow fit all of it.
I shove
I
it all
mean-
in. I don't care if there's some loose stuff sticking out.
Okay, you're carrying a lot of shit. All right.
I
Fabric
can
is
carry some of
too
that.
heavy.
That's not in the
you
windy
will
bag.
you will indeed be moving slowly, Kiara. Moving
That's
forward
fine.
because of all the
I
books and
should,
stuff you have
I
on you.
should be moving slowly anyway.
Yeah.
I make a lot of noise.
This
She's
is true.
just holding all of the cloth in her tail, basically.
Yeah.
I can carry some of that for you.
You and little
Okay.
Casey are carrying all this. Did you say you also put all the staff parts in the bag?
No, just the gold for now.
Just the gold. Okay.
Just
Just
gold,
gold.
and any, well, rare metals, stuff like that.
Okay.
Plates. The rocks I can throw in as well.
I
Once we
owed,
go outside, basically, that's what I'm doing.
I owe Doro some clothes, and these are nice fabrics.
They are.
Maybe I can, bribe him to hurry up and give me the secrets.
I don't know if that would happen.
Potentially.
It's worth a shot.
But besides that, you guys have essentially looted this entire room.
right,
We're just
so
curious about this hallway.
yeah, what's over here?
Moving northward into this hallway
Pushes way
here, you indeed can push your hand against this wall as well, and it does slide you forward. All right. And as you do, you find yourself behind one of the statues in the maze. It moves out of the way, actually, allowing you to enter, but then it turns and basically closes you off, and you're now in the middle of the maze. Kiara, did you follow?
Once I saw him go through, yeah.
Okay.
I guess
Same.
that's
Baby.
another statue.
My baby.
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 Ooh, baby, I love the way. Baby, follow.
Okay.
All right, of course,
Baby.
June's gonna follow. Why wouldn't he?
I mean, he kind of has to. So, how many secret rooms does this place have?
Windy bag. That's your answer.
There's one over here, isn't there?
Uh,
Isn't there, husband?
Over here being where? Are you pinging the map?
Look at my screen. Right here. I see light gray. There's light gray over here. Is there
That could
room
just be
over
a
here?
shadow glitch. Don't look at my map. Turn around, you cheater.
Cheater.
Disgusting. Oh my god, look at
How
this.
dare you?
I'm gonna change the map just for you, Kiara.
I didn't even look.
She blatantly turned around, looked at my screen. Absolutely
How dare you?
disgusting.
I was looking at you.
Oh, everyone point and shame Kiara for looking at my screen.
I put her head in the windy bag.
I kick you in the nuts.
Oh god.
You messing up my hair.
It was just a joke.
Kiara's head comes out and it has a
It's
mysterious
fine, I have
cowlick.
armor there.
Specifically there. Lots of it.
A lot of
Alright.
armor there.
When Kiara pulls
Um,
out her head, it has a mysterious cowlick.
One that she cannot see or feel, but her hair is extra floofy in one location. Moving about here, the golems are not necessarily hostile to you all. They aren't moving at all, actually.
I'm gonna try to walk back in.
As you turn, you would have to completely move one of the golems out of the way to do so.
I'm gonna see if it moves out of the way, basically.
As you approach it, it does not move.
Do well. Take the normal way out, I guess.
Whee!
Let me roll real quick.
I'm gonna feel around the corner with my tremor sense.
And as you do, you do indeed feel the creature dragging itself along. The door is cracked. I guess you just barely see it. Did she close the door, or are you still watching?
Okay, if the door's cracked, we're fine.
I just heard you squeal. Oh!
Is
As you see
it
the door
cracked,
close.
or is it cracked open?
It's cracked just enough that you guys can see through. You guys had enough of a warning that you feel the creature coming. And it moves about going northward, but does not sense you.
Everyone behind the wall.
You get the feeling that for now, you are indeed safe.
Go, go.
Are we done here?
I mean, we could see if there's any more hidden rooms, I guess.
Did the book mention there'd be multiples?
I didn't necessarily say there were any hidden rooms at all, but did say a secret or secrets would be revealed. You don't know if that just means actual secrets or the ones.
Do we want to just fight that thing? I'm kind of tired of hiding from it.
No.
I mean, we could, but it
Sure.
hits really, really hard.
Yeah, and the guards warned us not to.
Well,
We also know that it uses weird-ass fire beams, apparently.
fire beam. Oh god, I don't want to fight it anymore then. Screw that.
All right,
mean,
so
You remember that guy that you mercy killed, right? You know, the one that
Oh, yeah.
melted to the floor.
Are we done?
I guess I'll walk around this wall,
Okay.
seeing if the balustrade points in any different directions as I watch it.
As you look and gaze upon the wall, it takes a bit for the motion to start to make more sense and not just sort of move in place. But you can tell that once again, it is primarily effectively trying to tell you to go back to where you were. It's not to do that, but it's letting you know that basically reaffirming your suspicions, so that yes, there was indeed a secret back there.
Yes.
then we're done.
Earth screams.
As you head northward, everyone go ahead and roll me another stealth check.
Move
Plus
you down.
10.
Plus 10, correct.
Nice. 16.
16, still pretty good. 14 and
Oh, no.
uno más.
Disadvantage.
I keep forgetting.
All good.
Ooh.
So what? 13, 14,
That's a
16?
nice contrast.
Okay.
It's
Yep.
weird that it doesn't do it automatically, actually.
And Droon.
Andrew, this is true.
I believe Droon.
I do too.
Alright, I don't believe
Don't-
in Droon.
I don't
anymore.
believe in Drew either very much. Okay. The creature stops for a moment, looking about. And we'll say you guys were scoot back a little further than this, as you would have sensed it prior, Urit. And you freeze in place, motioning for your allies to do the same. But you do indeed sense the creature pauses, looking about. You can almost feel it feeling for you. There's vibrations throughout the floor, Urit, coming from beneath. But, for whatever reason, the creature does not sense you. Continues to move, going clockwise.
Are we good?
It looks like it for now.
After
We
that
need a
trace
new
is very
card.
good.
All right. So time to recard up all our valuables.
Yeah, technically,
What do you mean
a lot of
recard
your
it? I'm going
valuables.
to throw it all in the bag of
The bag
supposedly
isn't
holding.
infinite, though.
You also have all the books
It
that
is
are
a
still in the
lot. It
library.
is up to what, 800?
It's 500 pounds, 64 cubic feet.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we can throw everything in the cart inside there and have room to spare.
You indeed can.
My books are
mainly-
not going in there.
Now, mainly we're going to throw in the gold and everything.
No, books are heavy, though. A
Yeah.
lot of books are heavy.
My books
So-
are not going in there. I don't trust this bag. I don't want to lose my books.
Okay,
They aren't
that's
even
fair.
The
books,
windy
they're
bag.
literally tomes.
Yeah, so you have
Pet the bag.
both books and you pet the bag.
I pet the bag.
The
good bag.
skin of the bag writhes under your
Pet's back.
fingers. Does that?
Whoa!
All right, so you have a lot of books, Kira. How do you plan on getting them back?
I mean, we
Um,
have a cart still. But
Yeah,
I
I'll paint myself a mini cart if I have to.
Okay.
I can pull a big cart back if we need to. I don't care.
All right. You guys spend some time painting a cart, and in this time, the creature does indeed walk by you again, but you're all able to pause for long enough that the creature does not bother you as you guys are moved off sort of to the side, feeling very safe. The books are still technically in the library, though. You guys now have your cart. How are you going to bring them here?
Did she not have the books on her?
No,
But
she,
you brought 'em.
She
not,
only
not
brought
physically
the-
possible. There's so
yeah,
many.
I brought
tomes.
the immediate books that I
Yeah,
had
there's
to have.
way too many books that she wants.
Honestly, we
Alright.
could
Oh.
keep the rest of the books here for now.
This is also true.
Well, I can just put my bag down so I'm not so slow.
Okay, so you leave most of your stuff here.
And then I can go through this door and climb through here. And then
that.
run down this way.
Are you going alone, or you're going with Valen?
I
I
mean,
can go with
I'd,
you.
I'd appreciate some help.
How do I recharge the... Oh, no, it doesn't matter.
Also,
the,
look at this
the
feather.
ring of spell storing recharges on...
Who,
Dawn,
me
right?
with the feather?
The ring recharges
the-
when people cast a spell on it.
Yeah,
Right.
it doesn't recharge the spells that are in it.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
so that's
automatically.
how it works. That's fine.
I can give you spells, or you can
That's
just go to
fine.
Dora for more haste.
I didn't use haste.
Did you not?
No,
Okay,
I
alright,
used the warning bond.
Yeah, I did.
I just remember there was haste casted.
Indeed, there was.
Alright,
Oh,
I
away we
Noom.
go.
I gave my plate disadvantage on stealth, so let's check that.
Going in here.
Droon,
climb
Droon
through
will follow. It's a slow crawl, but you guys can indeed fit through.
Alright.
Slow down. Shh.
Oh, is that what's
Back.
happening? Apparently when you guys move...
Mhm.
it closes my combat thingy.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
There we go.
Hey, awesome. Alrighty.
I did actually follow, so I'm gonna have to walk past this boy.
All right. Fortunately, the creature's taking an alternate route, so it is not near all of you. Are you guys just bringing back the books basically as is? Or did you bring anything with you to make it easier?
I mean, is the cart
Have a windy
silent?
bag.
Relatively
No.
silent.
They're
No.
not going in the bag.
I mean, we aren't taking all the books with us, right? Only a few important ones for now.
Just the ones I stacked in a pile. Only about 50.
Only about 50.
Only 50
Why don't
I
we
don't-
just
We're
take
gonna
the entire shelf with us then?
goddamn books.
I don't know, Hub. How many are actually worth taking?
This is Kiara we're talking about, so I think 50 is pretty
All
accurate.
of them.
She wants more. There's 50 that
Alright,
are most important to
Erd
her.
is going to heavily curate
Okay.
this list.
No, so how
all
many?
right, all
can-
right. I'll pull out
many can
10.
we
I'll pull
carry?
out 10. I don't need 10.
No. As long as we can take them all to the cart, we're fine.
Is this true?
Yes.
So how many can we all carry?
I mean, they're
Uh,
not that fat, so we can definitely do at least 10 each.
I think I can only carry about 2 shells.
Yeah, so in terms of like
that,
carrying,
that would be all of them by yourself.
yeah, if you anal at carrying capacity, you guys can probably carry all of them. It's less so how heavy they are, more so just the mass of carrying that many books back.
I mean, specifically, if we did trust the bag, we could literally throw all of them in.
But
no
I don't
issue.
trust the bag.
That's your own problem.
Kiara just likes the bag
Mhm.
greatly. I guess
So far it hasn't tried to eat us, I guess.
I try to grab more stuff out of the bag, see if it got rid of it somehow.
what are you pulling out specifically?
Just anything.
Okay.
Mostly, it only has
Any
like
stuff
gold
it's
and
missing.
any
Yeah,
of
it's just
the
gold.
anything gold,
Gold
and
and-
metal and any of the
all the other
urns
stuff
that
at the
were
beginning.
worth something.
dipping your hand in to kind of move about some of the various urns and gold pieces. It's all there. I mean, you can't count it all, obviously, but from what you can tell,
Yeah.
nothing's gone.
See, it's a nice windy bag. It doesn't eat your books.
Is the bag still trying to like lick us?
No, there's no tongue inside there yet that you can see.
Yet.
Yet.
All right.
If I use the right words, Kiara's gonna hate this bag.
Erd loves it.
It's better than
The
demon.
design is amazing.
Wait, you don't trust a bag, but you trust a literal demon.
yeah.
Kiara technically is a demon, remember?
Yeah,
Yes.
I am a demon. All right. Peek in the corner.
You guys are seemingly safe for now.
Perception check. Liar.
No, you don't need to roll check. You're good.
Liar.
Or, see, you're wasting your crits.
Can I tell which direction he is?
Listening, you can
smell
hear
decay?
its footsteps echoing. Pausing for a moment, Kiara, as you slowly walk with your books, you can hear that it's probably coming from the exact opposite direction you guys are currently standing. And it might be moving southward, but it's moving slowly.
I can't
Good
believe
enough for
you
me.
got Casey.
Casey stayed back.
Casey's crying in the corner here.
Casey's fine.
Where's Droon?
Droon is assisting. He's grabbing what books he can. And with that one...
Yeah, but where is Drew?
Where is Droon? Oh, I left him back in the not
There he
mimic
is.
room that just had beds in it.
Not mimic
Did
beds.
anything change in that room, by the way?
The what?
In that room that Drew was in?
No, there's just missing 2 lion pelts and a bunch of would-be beds. No longer beds.
So when I picked them up, were they actually lion pelts or were they something less lion?
Oh no, they were lion pelts.
Alright.
That-
Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have taken them.
That
With
did not
this
try to
rifle.
eat you.
Not yet.
Would have been funny, but no.
Yeah, I mean, they're in the bag now, so.
They were
I'm
actually
gonna get
comfortable.
Getting
eaten by
out,
the
I
windy
guess.
bag.
All right. Other than that, you guys
They
are
might
able to
be.
bring back all the books, place them on your cart, and for the most part, things seem to be all hunky dory.
Away we go.
Kiara thinks of the small fortune of books she left behind, but it's okay.
It's all right. I did that in multiple tombs.
Indeed. Alrighty. On our way back, as this will indeed be a venture through the desert, Valen, which animal would you like to turn into to carry this cart?
Oh boy.
I mean, do note the cart is a lot lighter now because everything's
Yeah.
in the bag.
It's more so something that works in the desert, so
A camel.
I
Or a
don't
lizard.
want to be a camel.
Camels are lame.
I don't
Be a
wanna.
sandworm.
I don't wanna.
Pick a cooler
Are there any low CR sandworms you can turn into?
I'll just turn into another, like a copy of Suharto's lizard.
You can be a lizard boy. Perfectly fine with that.
Be a lizard boy.
What color is this lizard boy?
He's a nice, like, brown. A nice
yeah.
brown.
So a nice,
kinda
not
matches-
shit brown.
he kind of like matches the sand, trying
Okay.
to blend in.
The a lot of the sand in this area it's a slight has like a red hue to it, just ever so slightly.
So he's a little bit more red then.
A little red. There's like flakes of red working throughout the sand, and it's natural here. There's not blood, nothing strange. They are called the Scarlet Steps for a reason. And then venturing back, we have the 3 positions: the guide, the forager, and the scout. While we head back, as a reminder, the guide is intelligence and survival, and if you have a cartography kit, that also works. The forager is wisdom and nature, and the scout is perception. Who would like to do what?
I do the intelligence one.
I think
I'll
I
go
did
guide
scout
again.
before.
You think you did the perception check, the scout?
Yeah, I think
That would
so.
make sense
I
considering
think I
you're.
did, the highest perception.
Okay.
And I think I
And-
did guide, or because of map.
You
Map
did,
magic.
yes, yeah. And then Kira, that left you with the forager, which would be wisdom or nature, which is higher for you.
Probably nature, because that's an intelligence check.
That would make sense. We'll go ahead and start with
Yeah,
Urit.
+3.
Okay, we'll go ahead and start with Urit. This will basically determine how quickly we get back and how straight our path is.
What did I roll again last time?
I believe you rolled
Just
with your
by-
cartography kit. Yeah.
Yeah.
I rolled hideously last time. I remember that.
Thank
Well,
God for plus
that's not
6.
a good roll. Huh.
All right. Unfortunately,
Can I roll
The-
history? Because I've already been here.
The lizard is so fast that I lose track.
this is specifically foraging, though.
Actually, no, I'm so distracted by watching Valiant do like the weird lizard walking,
The lizard.
like
Oh no.
like hyperspeed cartoon walking with his legs.
Okay.
Basically.
Excellent. All right. Well, that's an interesting array of rolls. First and foremost, everyone subtract 2 rations.
My rations.
While we don't
Yeah,
get
stop doing
lost,
this to us.
there is somewhat of a storm. Kiara kind of not necessarily led the group off the beaten path, but her and Urit sort of decided that, yeah, going this route would probably benefit us to pick up some more rations along the way, maybe some water or something, and either due to memory, or maybe a creature came by and ate the food that you recalled being here. Unfortunately, it is indeed blank. And while this doesn't completely take us off the beaten path, it does indeed cost us some more time. Fortunately, though, Valen, as you are leading the group and pulling the carriage, you see multiple things. The first thing you see is mirroring what Hisimine saw. You see multiple, we'll see waves moving throughout under the sand. Some strange creature moving about. Knowing what you know now from the books, I think these might be creatures, plural, not just one.
Yes, a bullet.
And
We dodged the bullet apparently.
ah ha ha ha. I will leave this up to you, Valen. Do you wish to draw the attention of your allies to these creatures? Are you avoiding them entirely? Do you want to look at them?
Just avoid them.
Okay.
For now.
Choosing to avoid the creatures entirely, Valen is able to help assist Urit and Kiara. They're able to move around this small group of creatures with ease. And as we head forward, you see something else in the distance, something strange, something you've not seen before. It's a strange, oddly floating creature.
Like you spy with your lizard eye.
For from this distance, Valen, it's difficult to make out precisely what you are looking at. It's maybe 5-6 feet tall from what you can tell from this distance. It is not walking. It is indeed floating. It is a cowled creature. It is a almost entirely black, but not a pitch black. More of a gray, black, almost blue, so black in nature. And it's floating almost along the same path you are taking, but it's far enough ahead that it so far has not noticed you, but you have noticed it.
lizard point at it.
And as you do so, both.
With your tongue. Or...
Sure.
All right. Valen whips his tongue at this strange floating creature up ahead. Kiara and Eret, you're now made aware of it. It is hovering and floating in a very alien manner, sort of bobbing upward about 2 or 3 feet and then downward, but progressively moving forward and forward at a very steady speed.
Which way is it heading? Towards home?
It's heading towards home. Maybe not directly towards Chabi, but it is heading in that direction.
Does it
Hey,
remind us of anything from the books?
It looks
Like
it's difficult to tell from this distance, but maybe upon glancing at it, you guys get a bit closer. Unfortunately, you're able to hold a position where it's unable to see you, and you see a sort of shine to its maybe shell. As I mentioned, difficult to tell. This color is very similar to almost that stone obsidian, the eggs which the creatures cracked from, spread into the desert.
I guess try to follow it at a safe distance.
As your group continues following this creature, you do need to pause as it looks to its left and to its right. You're not sure if it's looking for you or just looking around in general, but it does pause for a moment and then continues going forward.
I think maybe we should beat it home.
As you get closer and closer to Chabi, you do realize this creature is probably headed towards your home.
Yeah, I think we need to pick up the pace. Hey, Valen.
Go around it, get to town.
All right, going around it and headed in that direction, you have a few options. You could speed. Some haste would definitely be required, as you going around it and not being noticed by it would be relatively difficult, as it is essentially beelining towards Chabi. It is also completely undisturbed by any stone, rock pits, cracks in the sand, any creatures. It's just floating straight over them. So it's not necessarily going quick, but it's going very steadily forward. If you wanted to beat it to Chabi, you guys would need to pick up the pace quite substantially, which might...
We probably can't go around either, right?
Yeah, going around it and beating it there might reveal you to it. You're not sure if this is a good or a bad thing?
Past it. He's gonna notice us either way, probably.
Yeah, and I think we need to beat it.
Yeah, might as well check it out while we go past it, so. And hope we don't lose our loot.
So just maximum lizard speed.
Maximum lizard speed. How close are you going to get to it?
Not close enough so that it can like hit me or anything.
Okay.
I don't know if it has any ranged attacks, but
Yeah,
Alright.
Like,
I don't
maybe,
want to
like,
get side by side.
maybe like I don't know,
60 to 100 feet or something?
60 to 100. Yeah.
Give me 1 second.
Oh God, you're so mean to us.
We die.
I'm not doing anything. What you're talking about. All right, and as
We're
you
level 7 now,
begin,
he wants us to fight something.
necessarily, how
Better
did you
get me.
guys?
Level 8, here we go.
I'm not level 7 yet.
Don't
Did
worry.
you at
You're
least get your
level
health
7 in
increase?
heart.
No.
No, it didn't let me do anything for her just because she's artificer. So
Oh,
like I said, it's fine. Don't worry about it. It's all good.
big sad.
As you head forward, you almost meet this thing in speed, but you're able to not blow past it necessarily. Taking this extra boost of speed, Valen, you're getting more and more used to this shape. But you do turn, all of you, to see a creature floating, howl, looking at you all. It turns and very much notices you.
Is it a creature or a humanoid?
Turn to your screen and find out.
That would be both.
Is covered
That looks
in
tasty.
the almost pitch black, yet blue when the sun strikes it, chitinous armor. Seeing its
So
face,
does it look more familiar now?
somewhat familiar, but there's definitely something different about it. While the book did not speak directly on a creature of this variety, there are parts of it that look familiar, parts of it that call to something. You're not entirely sure what, but the more you look at it, the more you very much do not want to look at it. there's something obviously wrong about it. And while it has no mouth which to speak, all the same, it follows your movements. As you move up ahead, it speeds up, not offering any resistance, but you feel it speak to you from within, its voice bouncing and echoing right your head.
Greetings.
No, don't do that.
I'm gonna ask Drak if he have any idea what the hell that is.
Fully awake, the spirit of Drak stands beside you, attempting to look at this creature. You know that he can indeed feel its speech radiating throughout your shared mind space. And I have no idea. I've never seen anything like this before.
What about you, Karth?
Karth floats out of Kiara's pack. Looking towards it, he narrows his eyes. And very rarely you see this expression on his face, but there is surprise as he gazes upon this creature and looks to you and goes,
Ah, this could be bad. Yes, I do recognize that.
More info, please.
It is an emissary of the creature that I mentioned. Our little problem, if you will.
Oh, dear God.
You all seem to be quite diplomatic in nature. I recommend you not ignore it.
Hi, how are you?
Karth says ignore it. Kiara says hi.
I thought he said not to ignore it.
correct. Do not ignore it.
I heard ignore it.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I recommend to not
I heard
ignore
too.
it. Sorry, yeah. Valen, what's the speed of your lizard boy currently?
Whatever max lizard speed is.
All right, absolutely booking it. You know that your words do not reach this creature, Kiara, as you guys are about 60 feet away from it, and you're kind of on this lizard cart as there's sand and whatnot kicking up. So while this creature should not have heard your voice, you know it heard what you intended to say, and you feel it again radiate throughout your head.
You all are going to the point, yes.
What point?
The flow. The sacrifice.
Oh, no. There's no sacrifice here.
Incorrect. My lord demands the deal.
What?
Could you inform us about this deal?
I feel a great strength flowing from within each of you. Do you have your offering as promised?
No. No one told us we had offerings to make.
We're actually not from around these parts.
Unfortunate. Who should I speak to in order to receive the offering?
Us.
I guess I'll turn to Garth. Who would we be?
It
would he be
floats.
speaking to?
It floats closer, almost meeting no resistance to the wind, now 30, 20 feet away from the speeding lizard cart. Karth moves closer before it's able to get within earshot, hoping to keep his thoughts away from the creature. You can see Karth focusing. If anything, Urit, you feel the connection between him and Drak linked to you. So the two of you, Valen and Kiara, while you do hear this conversation, you only hear it in pieces. Unfortunately, he's only really able to primarily channel it into Urit.
He means the deal from my master long ago. Remember, we were able to...
Yes, the ley line magic, yes.
Correct, yes. It is most likely checking up on said ley line magic.
We don't know anything about that.
Yes, we do. The Oasis.
Technically, we do, yes. I recommend you not lie to this creature. Attempt to deceive it in some way, shape, or form, but please be careful with what you say next.
Do we know exactly about the deal itself?
Fortunately, I cannot speak with utmost certainty on the deal, as my lord was able to say procure safe passage on his own. It might have been something unspoken, but all the same, it would not bode well for us if it reaches Chabi.
Well,
Not destruction necessarily, but, well, it will most likely attempt to speak to all citizens, and if it does not receive the correct answer,
It's getting there no matter what we do. So
correct. You might be able to convince it otherwise, but I will leave it to the three of you.
You can sense that Karth is attempting to shield your minds from this creature's voice. It's coming in almost cloudy. Some of the words come through backwards. They hurt only slightly, but you feel as whatever he's doing is assisting, protecting you. Drac is doing the same for you, Urit. Unbeknownst to you, both Kiara and Valand feel this pressure slightly more intense. The creature moves slightly closer now.
I think we should pull over and try to talk to it.
Put over, lizard.
Valand?
Lizard breaks.
Stop at the side of the desert road.
All right,
Hit the lizard breaks.
you hit the lizard brakes and you slam your paws into the desert and just kind of like peel out. The creature comes to a complete halt, and gravity almost doesn't seem to pay any mind to it as it just stops. Its coat barely moves, almost having a mind of its own. You notice that it was not whipping in the wind either. Your creature floats closer to all of you. It slowly sort of tilts its head as it focuses its would-be face on the four of you. It can sense Karth and is somewhat unsure on how to address him. You feel almost as if they are speaking, but it's private. Karth winces for a moment, and it looks back to you guys, and then sort of continues looking toward the creature. This unspoken conversation having ended, it looks back to the three of you.
Well,
We're technically the caretakers of this town currently, but we don't know exact details of what you are needing. Can you please elaborate?
certainly this town I care not for. But the deal, the source that was promised to my lord, will be delivered. You are the caretakers of this source, yes?
Currently.
It would appear so.
Excellent. Then I wish to speak with the three of you. Is it ready?
As I stated, we don't know the details of the deal.
That is unacceptable.
Well, as it appears, the source is still growing, so I assume it's not ready yet.
Then you are preparing it.
Pausing, the creature stares at you intently.
Urit, Stonebreaker.
Sure.
Well, we are growing it, yes.
Yes.
Interesting. While this was not in the original deal, I can afford to wait a moment. What word shall I bring back to my lord?
We're working on it.
I understand that your kind sees time differently from us. How many moons shall we wait?
I looked at the group.
Lizard noises.
Are we talking moon cycles or moons?
Days. You know it meant to say days.
Can you give us 14?
Roll me persuasion.
Oh god.
I believe.
Where is it? I'm feeling lucky.
Okay. That was quick.
I have my luck back,
Urit
right?
is gonna
You
activate
have-
his storm rune actually for this.
It was a long rest. So yeah,
You have your luck
probably.
back, yeah. You have lots of luck.
Do-
You
do-
also
do I-
Don't-
do-
don't,
We have
don't
inspiration
use your
too.
luck yet. I'm gonna use my storm rune for this.
Okay.
And I'll give you advantage on the roll.
All right, roll again.
And him disadvantage on. Actually, I can't do that. So can I? Not sure.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
I'll say the DC is lowered. So
I'm feeling lucky.
this is not sufficient, of course. Okay. With the DC being lowered, that is a success. The creature gazes upon you, Kiara. It feels some form of magic emanate from you, Urit.
It's not malicious or anything.
Not malicious, of
It's
course.
It's prophetic state, basically.
Of course. This is more so it reaching out and sensing something it doesn't recognize. And you get the feeling that this thing doesn't know what your runic magic is, or at least this flavor of magic. And gazing upon you,
14 days sounds sufficient. I will return then. You will have word on the sacrifice?
Yes.
Good. Until then, please gather what you can, and I shall return.
All right.
the creature bows quickly, almost snapping into the position. Turns, holding its staff in two hands, almost frail, whipping 180 degrees. The wind does not touch its cloak, and it begins to float away from whence it came.
Ignore that. That's for my Wand of Winter.
Okay.
It didn't roll correctly.
Roll 1d6, not poop your pants.
Wow.
Pants not
Maxed.
pooped. Good job. You rolled max.
Maximum lizard speed.
All right, heading to Chabi.
Yeah.
All right, excellent. I should reload this. My bad.
I will
Activate.
use my prophetic state to make him even faster.
All right, full lizard Neum as you guys head back to Chabi.
Loading.
I say it took a little while longer to get here, so it's probably about
I'm not here.
2 or so o'clock. Yeah, you guys. I should have preloaded this. My bad.
No, like my token's not here.
Oh, wonderful. As you do. But yes, it is somewhat past noon, we'll say.
There we go.
Can you see other people, Valen, or no?
Yeah.
Cool.
I think I was the only one
there you go.
missing. There's a nice nothing token up here.
For where? Oh no, who's it supposed to be?
Wait, where?
That is nobody. Don't worry about it.
Nice.
Maybe that was double. Earth.
Oh yeah, my citizens,
Double
their
Earth.
tokens exploded. Don't worry about it. Oh no, I destroyed the second Erit.
Oh,
He's
no.
gone. He is gone.
Oh no,
Worry.
there's another one next to Dancing Lands.
Yeah, there's a couple of them. Don't worry about it.
It looks like your random tokens.
Yeah,
They are. Yeah, they're the
random
random
citizens died.
people.
Boom.
I was definitely not cleaning my token files. Don't worry about it. All right, after that somewhat strange encounter, we arrive back at Chabi. Fortunately, see no destruction. Nothing has arrived. Everything is as it was.
Keep rushing.
Okay, we have a problem.
I guess we go straight to Tranquil Needle. I guess.
How hungry are we? It is lunchtime.
It is definitely
Yes.
past lunch, yeah.
I mean, we did eat 2 rations.
True.
All right, fine. Straight to the mayor.
Okay. As
We
you guys,
can discuss it over lunch now.
Lizard.
this is also true.
This does seem like something important enough, at least.
Are you still Lizard, Valen?
Yes.
All right, you will not fit in the building. Are you waiting outside?
I will keep maximum lizard time.
All right, wonderful.
Knock, knock, knock.
Park the car next to the mayor's house, I guess.
As you knock,
Pretty much.
Tranquil answers the door, looks out, sees a rather large lizard, automatically assumes it is either Doro or the new guy. Not sure if Doro can do that, but he's not surprised anymore at this point.
Wait, I
Uh,
don't actually see Valen.
You don't?
I don't think I see him now.
Really? I
I'm
just
right here.
reloaded him.
No, you're definitely not.
What? You see that one?
There he is.
What the hell? Okay. You see Kiara and Drune, right?
Yeah.
That's super weird. Okay.
I just didn't see Lizard Boy.
He doesn't like you for some reason. Sorry, man.
I mean, I did load in a bit slow, so yeah.
Opening the door, Tranquil answers, greeting you all with a smile. Hello there, friends. How are we?
Hi, we've got a problem.
Oh, Well, you were gone for a few days. I hope it has nothing to do with that.
Nope, something completely different.
Ah, well, all right. Feel free to come on in, as he leads you to his office. And what precisely is this problem, Kiara? Is Valen joining us, or...
I think he likes being a lizard, so probably not.
All right, I will not question that. Well, what needs to be discussed?
Oh, okay. He knows about the creatures, right? The
The
beast.
destroyers, yes.
You guys are tell him, yeah?
All right. The destroyer's emissary was on his
its
way
way
here.
Oh, where did you meet it?
Just outside of town.
That is indeed a problem. What did it want? Why is it not here? Did you kill it?
Wants no.
What?
I managed to get us a 2-week
Stay
respite?
well.
Save
Respite,
execution? What was it promising to do?
Save
Well-
execution is pretty accurate.
Apparently, its lord, the destroyer, was promised something,
And it
which I
wants
can
some
only
sort of
assume is the power.
sacrifice.
Oh,
And apparently, that sacrifice is here now. I can only assume it's, well, you know what.
Yeah, it's definitely got something to do with the water.
yes, that is definitely a problem. I've only been honest with you all. After doing a bit more research, I've determined, I guess not to toot my own horn, but apparently the process that I went through with the redistribution of magic, if we will, using the ley lines, that is not, I don't want to say not possible, but being frank, someone such as myself should be unable to do that. This should be a feat, a task that's far beyond me. Even following such advice, the guide, the book I showed you all. It is not something I should have been able to do.
No, I'm actually quite surprised about that as well.
Yes, to my knowledge, I still have full memory, but I cannot tell you precisely what I did. I mean, yes, I followed the instructions. I looked through the pages and did exactly as instructed, but
Wait, you
Well,
were
you,
yourself when you did it, right?
unfortunately I did this alone, so I can only answer yes, but, well,
Are you sure that it's activated when you were there?
I would like to say so. Like I mentioned, I should have had full autonomy over my body and thoughts. It is almost as if, well, while this is somewhat horrifying to say and think of, something either had control of me, but I also had control of myself, almost as if knowledge or power was injected directly into me temporarily in order to achieve this feat, and then removed, stripped away, yet the memory of doing it, achieving it, was still there. Does that make any sense?
I'm gonna pull out the scroll.
Okay.
And set it on the table.
All right.
Hey, Karth, do you know anything about this?
He floats outward, and there he is. Has been listening to the conversation all the while, and sort of thinking.
Does not entirely no. This is, while maybe not unprecedented, instances of possession have been known to occur in the past, but this specifically, no. I cannot say I know exactly what your mayor was able to do with this.
Not having seen Karth as frequently, Tranquil doesn't necessarily jump, but his eyes light up again at Karth presenting himself, as this is not something most folk get to see every day.
He wasn't all too happy seeing him last time, so.
But yes, it is, as I mentioned, somewhat hard to describe, but all the same, well, something also somewhat worrying. The book I mentioned, Urit, Kiara, the one you all were messing with is, well, gone. I can't find it.
What book? One of my books is gone?
No, not one of your books. The tome? The tome that showed me
The
how
one you
to
got, the room from.
Yes. The one that showed me how to effectively redirect power from ley line to, I guess, a blank ley line. I cannot seem to find it.
Karth, could a UNT be put into a book?
A soul to be placed into anything, Yara, as I'm sure you're aware.
could your peoples in general, like the area, have a traitor among them who serves the destroyer?
This is a possibility, something maybe worth looking into. If I knew of a traitor, though, well, I would most likely direct you all towards him. I can keep an eye out. Possibly can, of course.
Is there any way for, like, you or someone like you to sense another soul in Tranquil's memories?
Earth watches you for a moment, thinking.
If he allowed me access to his memories, yes. I should be able to sense something. That would be entirely on him, though.
I
It's
look
a
to Tranquil
big
Needle.
if, yeah.
He looks to Tranquil as well. Tranquil kind of like, all his eyes widen. He doesn't necessarily step back as he's sitting. Hold up. What exactly are you suggesting? You want him to invade my mind? What?
Temporary possession, I guess.
Possession? What-
Temporary.
Temporary, right. What would he be looking
It
for?
wouldn't be much of a possession, honestly. He would basically be reading you like a book.
Yeah, we need to know if someone possessed you to do what you did with the ley line. We need to know who it was.
Not entirely sure I'm okay with that, but... Well,
Well, it could cost you this town, you know, and everyone in it.
precisely. Anything for my people. I guess I should ask... Are there any potential downsides? Any way we could shield my mind or protect me from any... To be fair, I'm not one... I'm not as smart as all of you in terms of the arcane arts. I know your version of magic, or it is different, and Kiara, your machinations and such are also quite different from standard wizards and witchman and such, but I understand the basics. What precisely would happen to me?
I'm gonna be honest, I'm not sure if we can assist in any way.
Well, I could give you some mental fortitude.
That would be most appreciated. Koth, I guess.
Potentially allow Drak if he's able to, like, chaperone Karth.
Oh, that's a lot of action happening inside my head. I'm not sure I'm
He would be watching from the sidelines. seeing
firmly
if anything
comfortable with
going
that. Of course, this is... Wow, I was not expecting the conversation to take this turn. Sure, yes, I'm okay with this. This is fine. It's something we should do now. Do I need to prepare? Koth, how exactly does this function?
Well, if you're ready now, I don't see why not. You'll need to relax, get comfortable, though. I will say, if you resist me in any way, both of us could... I'll be frank, you will be inflicted the most harm. I will be able to leave quite easily. But you cannot resist me. Can you promise this?
Straightening his back, Tranquil says, yes, I should be able to.
Take a deep breath.
Give me one moment, please, if you will. He steps up for a moment, walks into one of the side rooms. You can hear him
He's gonna come out with alcohol, isn't he?
fiddling around with something. He does come back with a drink, but it is not alcohol. It is... Actually looks very similar to one of Dancing Lance's drinks.
Ah.
One of the ones that she concocts with the cactus that you all found. He sort of
Yes, not
swir-
alcohol, but narcotics.
he swirls it a bit and takes a sip and breathes in and sort of breathes out. And all right, well, I am prepared. How exactly do we do this?
Well, I just need you to relax, close your eyes, and think back to the day.
We'll grab Tranquil Needle's hand and squeeze it comfortingly.
Okay. He holds onto your hand, smiles, and nods to you, Kiara. Looking to you, Urt, he prepares to receive whatever extra help you can offer to him.
I'm staring at him intently with my still remaining storm thing and my running aid.
Excellent. You can feel Drak's presence emanating from you, Urt. It strengthens your mental fortitude, and you can tell Tranquil meets your eyes for a moment before he turns to look at Karth. But you see a confidence, a deep, powerful confidence in his eyes. He turns away. And he looks to Karth, says, "All right, I am ready. Do as you will." Karth closes his eyes. You see his ghostly visage sort of float, and he begins to sort of detach from the scroll on the table. His form floats forward, becomes more gaseous in nature as he turns and floats into tranquil, and he quickly breathes in, and you can feel his hand grow cold, Kiara, as he keeps his eyes closed and focuses back to that day, back to that time. You don't see Karth anymore, but you can sense his presence. And the room grows somewhat cold.
I'll tell him to focus by retelling the story out loud. Or retelling the memory rather.
He nods at that. You see a bead of sweat protrude from his forehead. The lights in the room begin to flicker. Fires whirling, swirling. The colors almost changing in a way. Yes, of course. Well, he swallows, holding onto your hand, Kiara. Back then, I was quite passionate about keeping our town together. I prayed, I really strongly wished for this. And pausing, he looks sort of confused, his eyes closed the entire time. I saw something, a book of some nature, waiting. Was it my book? Was it placed there? Were the gods granted to me? Thinking back, he's not entirely sure. He's almost reaching out with it with his left hand, the one that you're not holding, Kiara, to this book. He sort of stops and grabs onto it. Says, yes, it seems so natural, like it was always there. And, well, as he's trying to remember, you almost see him like mentally turning the pages of this book, but he sort of like winces, almost as if in pain. I can't see the pages, they're blank. There's something there, there's knowledge. I know I saw this before. We all looked at it together, did we not? And as he mentions that, both you and Kiara, you think back and you do remember this book, but the pages are almost blank in your memory as well. It's you're just drawing up almost nothing. The memory of it existing is there, but the knowledge, the ink is spills, flows elsewhere.
Alarming.
Strange. As he pushes forward, in his mind's eye, he walks.
Is going to check his bag because he made a copy of the drawing, I think. When we tested it, right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
You look at
to find it.
As you start digging through your bag, Urit. Somewhat difficult to find. You're normally pretty organized, but you know it's there. You push forward and keep looking. As Tranquil reminisces on how he looked at the book, and the answer was there. It was so obvious, and he moved forward into the desert alone, which is quite strange. We all know how dangerous the desert can be, especially prior to us erecting our defenses here. But he, all the same, ventures into the desert alone. And as he does this, as he reminisces, you can almost see him as the lights begin to flicker, and just for a moment, you almost see the flame turn to a dark blue, purple, black, just for a moment. It's difficult to tell. But the room is still indeed lit for now, and he looks forward, and as he speaks, you can't tell if it's his breath is causing the candle to quiver, or something else. But the room does indeed feel colder. It's not just his hand, Kiara, that you're touching. And this sweat begins to bead. His hair grows matted as he's remembering walking through the desert. Yes, it took quite some time. I walked and I walked, and I read the book out loud, and it made so much sense. Just looking through it, it felt like home. It felt so simple and easy. I wondered why others haven't done this before. It's it called to me. It almost spoke to me. It was easy, truly. And what did I do? No, I didn't. Where was it, though? Thinking back, he looks, and you almost can see him walking through the desert one step at a time, and Urt, you continue digging through your bag a little faster now. And you think you find the page as you pull it out and gaze upon it. Yes, I prepared the runes, the circle, and I begun the spell. What did I write it with? And as he's thinking, you see the flame turn to a deep scarlet as it whips and grows and almost twirls. You look up quickly at the flame, Urt and Kiara. When you do, it almost instantly changes back to its original form. And you see, looking at his arm, Kiara, looking back to him, you notice that his palm's getting wetter and wetter from the sweat. He grips you harder. Looking down now, though, at his hand, returning from the candle, you see that it's not sweat, but blood. And you see that this blood is flowing from a closed wound along his arm. From under the bracelet he wears, blood flows. Not heavy, but enough to be somewhat concerning.
I'm gonna gently move everything aside to find the source.
You place your hand to the bracelet and move it, and you don't see a cut, but you do at the same time. It's strange. It's both there and not. It's almost not a physical cut, but something astral in nature, some strange phenomena. And he winces at that, but doesn't open his eyes. He says, "Yes, of course, I drew the circle with my blood, but why? Regardless, I finished it. And when I did, he pauses, thinking to himself, his hair an absolute mess, and he's breathing heavier now as the temperature drops and drops. Looking back to your drawing, Urt, strangely, you stare at it for a moment and think and go, did I draw this? It almost looks like the scribblings of a child. It makes no sense. It's a strange circle with wavy lines. This is nothing. This is actual nothing. It's garbage. It's trash. Put it down for a moment and continue listening to his tale. You're almost able to see him, walking through the desert slowly, a small trail of blood, drip, drip, dripping back. As he slowly walks his way back to Chabi. And he walks into his room and sleeps. There's almost a gap in his knowledge. You're not entirely sure, and you can almost see Karth, his image, almost like pulling itself outward. Tranquil's trying to recall precisely what happened or who called him. And Urt, as you're thinking, you know that you drew this correctly. This is not a fault of your own. This is something else. Almost as if something infected or changed your drawing. This is indeed the same drawing. You can tell that you drew this. This is your paper with your ink, your pen, but something changed it. Whether it was an illusion that you drew it correctly, and that illusion now has faded, or something else, you're not entirely sure. But you can now hear Karth's voice overlaid Tranquil's as he's speaking.
Yes, of course, I went there, then I went back, and it was good. It felt right. It felt correct. Yes, of course. I saved my town. I brought them prosperity. It called to me, and I answered, and it answered, and now it's good. Good, yes.
And as he says that, you feel Karth almost jump outward. Kiara, something sharp makes its way up your arm as you feel pain emanate. Do you let go of Tranquil, or do you hold on?
My natural instinct would probably be to let go.
Okay. You let go. Your hand now covered in blood, both Tranquil's and yours, as you see an actual cut across your arm.
I'm also gonna shout, Karth!
Something sharp. As Karth pulls himself from Tranquil, his eyes open, and you can see he's just completely covered in sweat. The light returns to the room, and the temperature begins to rise again almost instantly. As he breathes outward, you can see that the temperature in this room actually dropped to below freezing. You can all see your breath. Droon is just completely shocked, looking from across the room. Karth actually looks surprised as you see his body pull itself out of Tranquil as he starts looking around, almost confused as to where he is. He looks scared for a moment, actually, and quickly tries to regain his composure as he looks to you, Kiara.
What?
What happened? Did you figure out who it was?
I say less of who than of what. I don't know what was in there. Whatever he prayed to, whatever he called to was not this god. It was something else. I'm sorry, Tranquil, you were tricked. You were quite desperate, weren't you?
Tranquil seems unable to answer. He's breathing heavily, looking at his arm and the blood pouring over the table, and he quickly snaps his hand over it. But as he does, he like pulls it away and puts it back, and pulls it away and puts it back, and he sees that he's indeed bleeding, but there's no cut. Both of you glance at his wrist, and you see that astral gouge is gone, and the blood has stopped flowing, but the blood is indeed still there. He's breathing heavily, almost hyperventilating, but he pauses for a moment, and you feel your presence, whatever you did to him, Urit, is calming Tranquil. As kind of breathes in, breathes out.
Can I do a history check to find out what requires blood sacrifices? Because that sounds very demonic.
You may. In general, you are correct. Blood is normally used for things of the demonic nature, for life magic. Blood, our very essence, our lives can be used for many things. I won't say it's a darker magic. We are aware of a certain town that is very much used to the necromantic. It is incredibly normal to them, actually. But here in Shun Hill, they tend to shun blood magic. Most tend to shun blood magic. Either they do not understand it, or they're scared of it. And Kiara, you know, because of your past, that there are ways to use necromancy, blood magic, what would be deemed as darker, in a positive way. It doesn't necessarily have to be evil. It usually is used for such, though.
Which is why I don't fear demons. But yes.
Whether it be summoning, or whether it be a way to gain power quicker.
What he drew was still a rune, right?
Very complicated, yes.
Yes. Can I recall any runes that used blood as a medium?
You recall your mentor mentioning it, but she, like most, said that is a place better not to dwell upon. While it indeed can be used, it is very dangerous. As if you put your life energy into something, and you're unable to, let's say, direct the source appropriately, it might take more than you intend. And if you really mess it up, you could take from others. And that is a line that you do not cross.
That's why my arm started bleeding.
Yes. And, well, not you, Kiara, but if you recall another campaign, something of that variety did happen.
The original campaign?
No. Wednesday.
Quick, use your refracted knowledge.
The decay below.
My refracted knowledge.
Yes.
Yeah. What's my refracted knowledge? Tell me.
The bomb, if you will, that Vox is working on. That was
That's
indeed
blood magic?
not necessarily blood magic, but it was taking life force from people.
Oh,
and we
yeah,
saw
yeah.
what happened. We saw what happened there.
Well, it was also built wrong.
It was also correct. And knowing how intelligent your guys' group was pretty smart. You had Echo, you had Kovu, and you had Vox. All three of you were quite intelligent, and it was still hard to distinguish exactly what he was attempting to do. So that we all know there have been stories that have come from Corellia, all conflicting. Many warriors, many adventurers, people claim to be survivors of the explosion from Corellia. The island now surrounded in a storm of souls that we all know about, and it's a testament to man's hubris, something that we do not do. And as I mentioned,
Oh yeah, that's 20-year-old history now, isn't it?
that is 20-year-old history. Everyone knows about it. You do not go there. Corellia was once a wonderful traveler's destination, and now it is hell. You do not go there. Even getting close, you could lose your very life. No one goes close there anymore. So technically, that is knowledge that Urt would have and Kiara would have. When this happened, everyone knew about it. It was big. And all we know is rumors from it, as there are some survivors, but we don't know them, unfortunately.
Okay, well,
We also know that there are indeed forces. While you do not necessarily feel uncomfortable around a demonic kind, Kiara, to be blunt, your chain demon is not exactly the nicest of individuals.
no, he's not.
You understand his nature. His nature is violence. His nature is death. He wants to hear screaming. He wants blood. And, well, he's not shy about it.
Which is why he stays locked in a urn.
Which is why he's in his little Pokeball. Yes, correct. So you understand the nature of demons, which is honestly useful if you need to parlay with demons. You fully understand them. They are very unlike the Fae. The Fae will lie. The Fae will cheat. Not necessarily cheat,
Wait,
and not
what if they
necessarily
don't lie?
Right. Sorry, they not lie. Sorry, reverse
They
that.
will twist their
They will
their
twist.
words.
They will twist the truth to seem like a lie. They will always be truthful, but in their own annoying, fun way, where you don't make a deal with the Fae. Period. They will always find a way to go by almost precisely what they said, but not in the way that you intended. Very much a monkey's paw. Demons, though, are very straightforward. You know what they want. They're, I don't want to say easier to deal with, but you understand them here.
Okay. Did that feel demonic to me?
It felt somewhat demonic, but also otherworldly. You weren't in his mind, but Karth looks like he's also trying to recover from whatever the hell that was. Almost as if he's trying to pull from the vast, vast history that he has access to.
So this is potentially something he hasn't seen yet either.
Potentially, yes.
I'm
That's
gonna
even
ask
more alarming.
Tranquil if he prayed in any weird locations.
Breathing heavily, he looks over at you and he stands up to go grab a towel from one of the back areas over here. And he grabs and starts to wipe his arms down. So he shivers, walking back over. Apologies. That was more than I was anticipating. I guess I prayed here in my house, right here, nowhere else. It was maybe less prayer and more, well, it's just something I wanted, I guess. I don't know. It's strange. I mean, I prayed directly to Gwendolia. I called her name. I mean, I didn't just ask for help. Gwendolia. I wasn't asking for help through the planes or through some demonic source. Why would something else have answered me?
Because it saw an opportunity. I'm gonna go outside for a sec.
Go ahead.
And ask Valen if he. Do you happen to know detect magic? Just nod with your lizard head, or shake, I guess.
Nod with lizard head.
No, could you cast it on this house? Take a look around.
Yeah, I'll stop being a lizard. No more lizard.
No more lizard.
Uptime. Feels bad.
Okay, I'm impressed with your lizard uptime.
It's very important. Guess I'll take a walk around the house.
All right, looking around the house and such, upon activating Detect Magic, you sense it coming from everywhere. Not strong, but obviously directly behind you in the massive pool, there is an immense source of magic emanating from there. And it grows weaker and weaker through the very stone, the land itself, the sand, everything has magic now flowing through it. Ever so slightly, but it's spreading. And as it spreads further and further away from the core, it does lessen. In his actual house, you obviously sense magic coming from the scroll, which is Karth. You sense magic from your friends. Some coming from Droon. Nothing really coming from Tranquil, though. He might have like various magical trinkets and such strewn throughout his house, but you're not sensing anything big. Nothing that he's hiding, at least. You don't sense any traps, no No walls, nothing barring you from looking deeper. It's all quite normal, actually.
So nothing
Oh.
of a demonic or otherworldly nature.
Nothing.
At
No,
all.
you sense
Nothing
nothing.
special.
Nothing demonic. Nothing extra. No extraplanar being is squatting in the house, if you will. But you do sense maybe like the hints, the like a how's the word? What's the word? Not the presence. The presence means currently here. Past
The
presence.
shadow.
Well, yeah, shadow works. The shadow of something that was once here. Something that was watching. Something that was paying maybe too much attention to
In any specific location?
his room. You sense
The
an
room.
intense want and need coming from there. Tranquil does indeed follow you in. Is there something in particular you're looking for?
It's just something was watching this room specifically.
He
Very
staggers over to
intently.
his chair and sits, clearly very out of breath, and just sort of watching you all. Well, if there was something, it should be gone by now, yes? Looking
Sounds
around,
like it.
you can see that something was squatting here. Definitely. Near his bed, actually. Valen, as you get closer to where he was sleeping, you notice some presence coming from the plant. It's not
Yeah, it's
currently dwelling within it, but there's something sick about it. Something almost like a void of magic, but a strange void of magic. It's both a void and almost as someone erased it intentionally. And with the magic that is emanating and flowing from the center of this town, there should be something. There should be a trace of magic here. There is nothing. Almost as someone came in and scooped it out, swept it away.
Is the plant still alive?
The plant's fine.
Where did you get this plant?
Where did I get the plant? I picked it. It's a standard plant that grows here in the desert.
Where?
He pauses and just kind of stares out to. I'm not sure. It was a while ago. I've had it for a while. To my knowledge, at least. It is just a plant, right? Is there something in it?
Actually,
the-
there's a lack of something in it.
Oh,
It looks like there was something in it, which has since vacated the premises.
well, that's concerning.
Quite.
Do we need to destroy it? It's dangerous to us now, or is it safe?
I think it's, well, just a plant now.
Oh,
But it may have been how you got, well, your wish granted, so to speak.
he sort of nods slowly at
Which
that.
is slightly ominous.
Yes, that is definitely unfortunate. I'm sorry I can't tell you where I got that from. He laughed to himself. It was always there. I mean, right?
I mean, we could give Karth another go, but I think you're a bit tired.
That and I think we learned everything we're gonna get.
Yes, I would like to not go through that again. At least not.
I guess
Not
we can
today.
ask around town, see if they know anything.
That might assist. Yes, He thinks for a moment.
Actually,
Yes.
hey Valen, whisper.
Mm,
You can speak to plants, right?
not right now. Maybe later.
Maybe later. Maybe later ask the plant if he knows anything.
Okay. Can I take this plant for later?
You may. Yes.
Alright, I'll grab the plant.
Okay. You take the plant, and it is now a gone. Goodbye, plant.
Now it's Valen's plant.
My plant now. My demon plant now.
Plant go poof.
Yeah.
He slowly follows you all out, and as you do, you see Karth's general image is a little flatter than you're used to seeing, almost as if he's trying to recollect his magical energy to reconstitute himself. He's not saying anything; he's just sitting there thinking.
Can I give him a little nudge of chi?
Sure, you send some juice over to Karth, and sort of surprisingly, as you place your hand on the scroll,
I'm still not sure I trust him all the way, but he has been very helpful lately.
You feel some magic into it, and he gives you a quick bow, Yara. Doesn't say anything. Continues sort of watching over the room, but he does look better. His arm, while you can't entirely see through him, mainly probably because he chooses to look this way, you're not entirely sure. Most of the, a good portion of the ghosts actually just look like standard UNT. You only know that they're ghosts because you know that they are ghosts. But he's choosing to remain in the his ghost mode, if you will.
Hearth,
He turns to you.
Yes?
do you know anything about the deal that the emissary mentioned?
I do, yes. It was the one that I told all of you about.
Any additional details?
You'll have to believe me when I say I'm not hiding anything from you. To my knowledge, what happened was that, well, there was a great problem, as I'm sure you are aware. For, to my knowledge, hundreds of years, this devourer, this great beast, this consumer, came to our little abode over and over and over. I'm not entirely sure how we were able to beat it off, as, oh, that is not the best phrasing, is it? Beat it back. There we go. Apologies. But we were able to keep it back from, well, devouring. Most likely through combat and such, but that's the trite way to deal with something. After a while, you lose too many lives, too many people, and, well, my lord found a way to permanently satiate the beast. I'm assuming what the deal was, most likely a steady influx of magic, sourced directly from the ley lines. It wants energy, it wants to feed, it wants to eat. We attempted to speak to it once in the past, and to my knowledge, we were unsuccessful. There's a possibility that my lord was able to speak with it, but, well, as we are unable to currently speak with him, that is quite difficult.
I think it might be time we pay your temple a visit. Would your lord be willing to speak with us versus fighting?
Potentially, depending on how you were to address him, yes. Unfortunately, we're unable to get in.
Yes,
All right. Can you tell us the missing key locations?
I can, yes.
Well, let's get started on that tomorrow.
Of course, of
Yeah,
course.
we have 2 weeks to get this sorted out.
It shouldn't be too hard for you all now, should it?
Nope. We've accomplished a lot so far, and it's been, what, a week and a half since we came here?
It's been probably close to 3, but yes.
Oh, 3? Okay.
Indeed. I will say, with your silver tongue here, you're able to delay the beast for a time. And while that creature that decided to arrive is quite potent. I'm not saying to fight it, of course, but, well, you're all stronger than you think.
Wonder, I'm going to turn to Urt and Valen. Do you think we should warn the tribes?
Definitely.
Could be a good idea.
All right, how do we get messages to them? Send a runner? Do we have a runner who will be able to approach and not get murdered on site?
You can-
Oh, I can't use sending, can I? It's not a thing.
I say you guys
for
can.
druids.
Yeah, if you guys want, you guys have various folk and whatnot that you have under your hire that could go there. Because you guys have an open deal, they say, "Hey, we're from Chabi," and they're like, "All right, cool, no stab,
No stab.
no stab."
So then we might want to definitely send messages to the clans we're friendly with, and then
Okay.
maybe have those clans send messages to clans we're not friendly with.
They can do that.
Preferably also to look up any information about a deal that might have been struck. Maybe they know anything.
Oh, yeah, true.
All right. Do you guys wish to issue this order, or do you want Tranquil to tell them?
I mean, we're going to Saharto and dancing
Yeah,
after this anyway, so
Yeah, I think we should tell them.
That works.
we're gonna
He
go
he
around
sits
town.
back and is he's catching his breath. He needs a bit of a breathe.
Yes, you go rest.
All right, yeah, have a rest. I will give him a good back rub.
He kind of winces at that a bit, but he smiles through the pain and thank you. If you could all be so kind, if anyone needs my assistance, please tell them I am currently disposed.
Sure.
Thank you. Preferably, I know this is maybe asking for too much. You all helped already so much as it is, but until tomorrow morning at least, if anyone needs me, just whatever it may be, if they need it instantly, I trust all of your judgment to deal with it. If it's something they can wait on, just send them here tomorrow, maybe around noon.
All right.
All right, he smiles. And again, thank you all, truly.
I will stop by around noon myself just to make sure you're okay.
He smiles at that, and it's very much genuine.
Earth will make a note on the door. Tranquil is sick.
Do not disturb.
Find someone else to bother.
Okay, perfect. And if that plant happens to be demonic in nature, Valen, you don't need to tell me. You may just dispose of it.
I'll just burn it.
Burning it sounds wonderful, yes.
I mean, if it's a demonic, it might be immune to fire, you know.
This is a good point.
Maybe. I don't know, I'll just rip it up or something.
You
All
could turn into a leaf-eating animal and try to eat it.
This is true.
Thanks. I
Just
don't want demon plants
Just
in me.
eat the demon. Just completely
Eat
get rid
it.
of it. Going forever. All right. Where do you all wish to go? Who do you wish to talk to?
We still have an
Well-
entire cart of shit that we need to dispose of, so...
Yeah.
Indeed, as per usual, if you guys want, you can send that over to your boy, and he can deal with all the money for you.
Yeah.
He
But
can
we
sell
gotta
the shit
count
for
out
you.
all the
And,
gold.
yep, he can count it all. He can. Suharto and Dancing can assist you with anything you need to sell or anything that you need to have counted and whatnot. They got you back.
We're also gonna update Dancing on Tranquil being sick, I guess, and ask him if she knows how long he has had the plant.
You guys ask around for this plant, and no one has any idea. They're like, "What plant?" you mostly get blank stares from anyone you ask about this plant. And it's not because like they've been,
I mean, I wouldn't be asking
hypnotized.
random people, but
Yeah, well, people,
mostly the people
people,
that are close to
Correct.
Tranquil, basically.
people of import. You ask them, they go, "I have no idea." Like, what? It's just a plant, right? So no one seems to pay it any mind. They look at it and they don't see anything. They think back and they're like, "It's just a plant he had in his house." Very much something that you would look over in anyone's abode.
Wait. How long has he had this plant? How long has it been alive?
Good question.
I'm guessing a long time.
It's a 5,000-year-old plant. I guess we'll find out when Velen speaks with it
Tomorrow.
This be true.
tomorrow.
All right, is there anyone else in particular you guys wish to speak with?
Yeah, I mean,
Uh,
we need to send envoys, I guess.
Okay.
Or we could get Suharto to get up on that.
I do have 2 people you'll need to talk with. Okay, I need
Oh,
her.
they didn't die? Nice.
No, they didn't die. I rolled very well for them, actually.
Good.
All right. As you guys head back into town, both Jez and Satish meet you all. As they have come back from their little venture, their scouting adventure, if you will. They both give you a quick, curt wave as they see you exiting the mayor's house.
Hey!
Just
How did
bows.
the hunt go?
Hello.
It went quite well. Isn't that correct, Satish? And Satish smiles and says, "Yeah, it went pretty good, except for the fact that, well, how do I put this? The creature seems to be quite aware of its surroundings. It's a bit of a rambunctious boy, if you will.
What?
Jez and I here were able to escape its wrath. Ooh, scary. But yeah, we tried looking at it maybe twice or so. It doesn't take too kind to invaders. We did get a few bits of information though before it, well, scared us off. Less scared us off, more so we decided to tactfully retreat. Yeah, sure, that.
Fair enough.
Your lives are more important than the data. It's fine.
They both kind of smile at each other and laugh and say they agree. And essentially what they're able to bring back, Jez lets you guys know. Well, looking upon the creature, it was primarily covered in various types of steel. It looked as if it was almost melded onto itself. Whenever it breathed, I could almost see a heat or fire billowing from beneath this arm. And, well, on that note, it It breathes fire, quite potently, at least. The second it saw us, it shot out a gout of flame that tended to burn for a bit longer than we were expecting. It does tend to hide in this sort of small alcove-type area. When we approached it, it was eating someone. Not entirely sure, but it was preoccupied. We didn't necessarily sneak up on it, but we were able to get close enough. Isn't that right? Yeah, so that's essentially what it is. I got a little closer than Jez, as, well, it's sort of my specialty. I warned her to sort of stay back, maybe see if it had a mate, or babies, or some form of backup, but to my knowledge, she didn't really see anything. But what we did see is near its chest, there was something, unfortunately, I can't give more information. There's something strange, I guess, sort of a fold point in its armor.
Fold point?
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. Just, how do I phrase this properly? It almost looked like it was melting weapons and armor from various unfortunates, we'll say, onto itself. Maybe to protect its body. Its chest, though, I don't know if it can reach it properly or something. I'm not entirely sure, but it looked weird. I'm not sure if I can phrase it, to make sense, but there was something about it that didn't seem as sturdy, I guess.
Interesting.
Every matter has weakness.
Precisely, yes. We did not test said weakness. We more so relied on our sprinting abilities.
Good job.
Thank you. We only suffered light burns.
I looked them up and down. Are they telling the truth?
Yeah, they weren't too hurt. They very much snuck up on it. You chose the two correct people. They snuck up on it. Jez looked from a distance. Tisha got a little bit closer, and after they were seen, from what they tell you, this creature just like lost its shit and started chasing after them. You see like various burns on like her shoulder, maybe like a small burn on Jez's cheek, but that will all heal in time. There are no scars, nothing too crazy. Both their hairs they're pulled up. Probably a post-adventure and/or due to just general. I'd like to keep my hair.
Did any of the books from the temple we just went to mention
this?
anything like this?
Nothing like this. No, this is completely different.
So
It's indeed
just like, there's weird specimens that have like special abilities, basically.
Yeah, no, so in a vague way, it did mention something along these lines. It basically, if certain beasts are left alone for long enough, they tend to not necessarily mutate, but some can mutate, some can take on different survival tactics, and this one has decided to meld various adventurers' armor to its body.
There's probably a plethora of adventure armor around.
Probably.
Yes, yeah. Basically, they saw it. Unfortunately, they had to skedaddle because they were seen.
Skedaddle?
Yeah.
Well, I guess for now, stay away from it.
Yeah. Well,
have some important matters going on currently.
Good to know. I guess if he needs to look again, we can. But I feel like we got a pretty good amount of information.
Yeah, I think so.
Excellent. Good.
I think we got a good amount of information as well, actually.
Excellent. They both smile and nod at that.
How good are both of you at trapping, actually?
Jess sort of shrugs and she goes, "Oh, I'm pretty good at it. Why?"
We might have some books you might want to read.
Oh, sure. That'd be super useful. I'm guessing something that Kiara picked up.
You bet.
Excellent. She smiles at that. Well, if there's anything else you need of us, we'll be in our cots.
All right. Have a good rest.
Okay. They give you a quick wave and head back over to their rooms.
So,
All right.
I guess we're gonna dump off all the stuff at Sohato.
Unless you guys wish to roleplay that, we can just do the usual, hey, Suarto, we found a bunch of shit, and go sell it. It's up to you.
We've also found more. Also, we found this weird bag. And I'll turn her over and Cole just starts
Windy bag.
clinking out.
All right, you turn over the bag and nothing comes out.
What the?
In fact, it doesn't want to. It doesn't even want to open.
You monster husband.
Oh, I know how to deal with this. I'll pick up a chisel.
Okay.
See if it reacts to the bag.
Not initially, no.
I'll put it against the metal of the latch.
The skin of the bag kind of like retracts, like it's wincing almost.
Yeah, you better open up or I'll have to remove your teeth.
The eyes become somewhat more animated as the
No.
skin of the bag sort of writhes and wriggles, and the printed eyes on the bag sort of shift a bit. You can see one kind of like roll up, and then the other one kind of rolls the other direction. The eyes start kind of like adjusting, and the bag feels somewhat warmer in your hands. It's now looking directly at you, Urit.
And why would you do that?
Because
So,
what's
speak-
inside you isn't yours?
You put it in. You gave it to me, did you not?
Nope. We let you borrow it.
I was told anything placed inside me belongs to me.
And exactly who told you that?
My masters.
Your masters are idiots.
I'm pretty sure I'm your new master now. And I didn't make no such deal.
They're also dead. I'm sure they're dead.
I mean, aren't they trapped inside yours?
Yeah, probably. Your masters are my servants now.
I find that highly unlikely.
I'll pull out the chess piece. Are these your masters?
It thrones with power, but they do not reveal themselves. The bag directs its attention towards you, Kiara, and almost spits like a scoff at you. Just bleh.
What does that mean?
You just bleh. I don't care.
Boy.
If you ask nicely, I can give your items back to you, or maybe offer a trade.
Trade. I told you guys!
I'll just ask Kiara, what do you think will happen if I break it? Do you think we'll get all
You know,
broke up?
I don't know, but I'm really curious to find out. And I'm going to give a very demonic smile.
It sort of returns the smile back to you, but somewhat cautiously, Kiara.
I'll place the bag on the ground.
I want to whip up my
Crash a
tinker
pig.
tools. Challenge accepted.
I feel as if we've gotten off on the wrong foot.
Oh, you think?
I will say,
I don't know if I accept take backsies.
this is not
Yeah, I don't
normally
think
how
you're gonna
things
get
work.
out of this.
Well, I'll put it this way. If I am destroyed, everything inside goes with me.
I'm not going to destroy you. I'm just going to open you.
That would lead to my destruction. You may not open me without my consent.
Can you swim?
I have no arms, so no.
Do you need to breathe?
No. I'm a bag.
Would you like to see the
mean-
light of day ever again?
I was stuck in a temple for hundreds of years and just recently woke up. And when I did, there was gold and other various bits inside me. I can turn my brain off, if that makes sense to you,
Forever and ever and ever?
as long as I need.
Interesting.
Well then, what do you want? You don't have anything to offer us, really.
I have all these wonderful goods inside me.
You
Yes, and
only
we could sell you for a
Did
lot
you-
of money.
only put the gold in, or the gold and the other
It
stuff?
was gold and
Mostly
some of
the
the other
gold
stuff.
and some of the, basically nothing special.
Nothing super important.
Nothing really important, just basically all the really heavy shit that was on the cart. All the like the individual gold the stuff that'd be too heavy to bring back. All the individual gold,
Unfortunate.
any gold like urns and such.
I'll ask Suharto, how much would a bag like this, well, sell for as a freak show, I guess?
I'm sure if you disclose what it would do, you could probably sell it for a decent amount. But that entirely depends on the buyer, of course.
Well, I bet Gam risk takers would probably love to figure out how to tinker him open.
Oh, indeed, oh, indeed. I have no idea how it
I'm
works,
su-
of course,
I'm sure
but
there's a few mages around that would like to play with it.
yeah, yes. I mean, it depends. What exactly is in it? Is there a soul of some long-begotten, annoying little beast, or is it some, I don't know, sentient bag? Which I guess is somewhat strange, but also interesting. Those are not unheard of, I will say.
Good question, actually.
You don't need to pry me open or sell me. My
Yeah?
I don't know. I feel like we might have to.
can, but then all my riches would go to them.
Yeah, that's fine.
I mean,
Okay.
you probably get more from selling you.
I did not say it was difficult to retrieve your goods.
Well, you haven't told us what you want yet, so...
You're also threatening to kill me and drown me, so I'm waiting.
Look, you're wasting our time, so hurry up before we make up our minds and can't change them.
I find it somewhat funny. And on that note, if you wish to receive your loot, you need to merely make me laugh. A good joke.
Laugh?
Indeed, yes.
You're kidding.
Erda's gonna sigh and walk inside the inn.
Cross my lack of heart.
Actually, where is Doro right now? Is he still tinkering, or is he,
Doro would still indeed be in the Tinker room, but he's chit-chatting with the folk.
Dora knows some good jokes, right?
And as you walk over to him, Urit, you see a small mechanical lizard sitting on his shoulder.
I see you finally got it working.
He smiles and kind of gives it a pet, and it looks almost dead on from the ones in the temple you guys found.
Whoa, left me behind. Hi.
You better hide it before Kiara gets here.
Just bolt on in.
Yeah?
Roll me perception.
I hate you.
I give Doro runic A to hide it.
Okay. I'll
Oh, what's that?
just roll dexterity to see if this little boy can hide.
And a +3 to that.
Well, something skitters off his shoulder and into his shirt. You can't see what it is, Kiara.
Well, I'm instantly curious, so I chase after it.
It's in his shirt.
Yeah.
Tripping him.
All right.
Chase it. Oh, no.
Doro takes a step back. He's like, whoa, what?
I'm getting real handsy-feely here.
I see that.
I'm not afraid.
All right. He's
What
kind of like,
was that?
Show it to me!
I,
Strips pants. Show it to me.
I will start to rip clothes if you don't tell me what it is.
all right.
Damn, you already owe him some stuff.
I might have finished
Hey,
something.
yeah. See, I do this knowing I bought fabric for him.
All right. Well,
While she's stripping down Doro, she's also measuring.
okay.
Maybe.
As you're getting a little handsy with Doro, he's like patting your hands away, like stop. All right, hold up, pause. All right, and he kind of puts his hand out, and the lizard crawls across his arm onto the palm of his hand, and he just sort of shows it to you. I was able to finish one.
So cute.
He smiles at that, and you see Karad appear behind him, looking very proud.
I want to pick it up.
He sort of sighs, and he basically hands it to you.
Will you teach me now? I pet its back.
He looks over to Karad. Well,
Well?
I made a deal with Karad, and you see, he and I were talking, and we figured I'm not really one to go out anymore. I have different passions that I currently want to pursue. I might, head out with you guys sometime in the future, but currently I'm not really feeling it, if you kind of catch my drift. But
Yeah?
but Karad, though, I guess to keep my promise with him, I don't want him to leave. Pretty useful dude. Isn't that right, buddy? And he turns around and Karad just sort of slowly nods at him.
Did you say pudding?
Buddy?
Okay. I'm like,
Pudding?
pudding?
My
What?
little
Pudding?
pudding birdman.
Not
Oh
pudding.
god, stop.
And looking around the room, Doro kind of looks at Hisimine and she just gives him sort of a manic look, and he just goes, nope.
Valen could use a new weapon.
Noth is looking at the lizard with you, Kiara kind of poking it and smiling like, ooh, I like this guy. And Doro, knowing that you already have a weapon, Urit, looks away from you, quickly looks over Kiara, and looks over to the new guy, Valen, in the corner, and goes, well, I was thinking, maybe, Karad, you and I sort of discussed this, if you don't mind, Valen your name was, right?
Yeah.
I sort of made a deal with our little bird friend. Sorry, not little. Apologies, big guy. Our bird friend here. He wants to seek glory. He's a very curious individual, if you will. And I want to leave him with someone a little more safe, I guess. You look like you're a very trustworthy individual. Would you mind traveling with him?
I mean, works for me.
And he's kind of looking at you
So,
like yes,
I'm
take it,
very
take it.
good at not
what
very
does that
good-
have to do with not telling me?
Oh
I'm
well,
very good with
are you good with animals?
kind of.
He's like kind of nodding like so yes.
I'm getting real close to looking like
Yes.
I'm gonna wring his neck.
Perfect.
Yara, put away the devil.
Druids are known for being great with creatures.
Oh!
And
Oh! I pull out the urn.
whoa, Kiara, put that away.
Tell me now!
Funny you'd mention that. See, all the knowledge, actually, I let Karad work through me, so I don't actually know he does. And he, like,
Oh!
slowly hands the bow to Valen. Do you take the bow?
Yeah.
And it looks like he has all the knowledge now.
I'm gonna screech.
Oh god.
Valen, you will teach me!
Dora
God.
kind of closes his eyes and goes, like, closes his ears to protect himself from the screech, trying very hard not to laugh.
Teach me
Oh,
now!
yeah. Oh
And
god.
he gives you a look, Valen, like, sorry, dude.
What am I supposed to teach you?
How to make that lizard!
I don't know.
Tell what's his face to tell me!
That's up to him.
Karad, floating behind you, looks to you, Valen, and says, well, that entirely depends on you. My prior work partner, if you will, wasn't really too keen on sharing my knowledge.
Only because he's a dick!
I will admit I found it quite entertaining. But yes, Valen, if you wish, I could teach her. That is up to you now, though. I will also say, keep in mind,
Please.
you and I will need to make a deal, but this can happen later, of course, when you are ready.
Okay.
She seems quite eager, but as I mentioned, it is up to
I
you.
mean, either way, she's gonna have to wait if we have to make a deal.
This is true. All the same, all the information she would not be able to partake in at this moment. It is quite a bit. You seem quite intelligent, Yara, but, well, this is a lost art.
Yeah, the more reason to learn it.
Precisely.
Well, Kiara, you're gonna have to wait either way.
But you promise you'll teach me?
I don't make promises.
Promise me!
I don't make promises.
Up here, Mike is like trying to protect us from your squeals.
Fine, I'll wait. But if you don't teach me, I swear to God, I'll release this demon on you.
Well,
Have you
that's
seen
not
the
very
demon yet,
nice.
Valen?
Yes.
Yes, once.
Okay, just wanted to double check.
Scorpion Cave where we murdered all the babies.
Correct. Oh, God. That's a sentence.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
That's what happened, though.
It doesn't happen, yes.
I'm gonna hold up the bag and say it's not a joke, but is this situation any fun to you?
You hold the bag up, and it is definitely laughing. And as it's laughing, you now notice, or with every laugh, coins are just jingling out of its mouth.
God.
And there's actually an urn on the ground that is slowly just filling with golds. It turns to you and goes, yes, that was quite entertaining.
You used me, Aaron.
Do you feel betrayed?
Only a little.
Wasn't the purpose I came here, but it was funny enough. So am I gonna have to tell you a joke every time I need some gold or what?
If you choose to place things inside me, yes. I'll just require... It doesn't need to be the best joke in the world. That was quite funny, if I'm being entirely honest. And if you, as you look down, you do notice there's quite a bit of gold. not half of it, but like a good chunk fell out.
Well, we need more jokes then.
Alright, Nath, give me your best joke.
What? My best joke?
I'm putting you on the spot right now.
Oh, please don't do that. I'm not one for hilarity.
Speaking of Noth, I have more books.
Yes, do tell. What kind?
All kinds. I think one might have mentioned big magic.
Big magic,
Big
you say?
explodey magic.
Oh
Oops.
god.
Okay, my tails are wagging very happily as I'm saying that until Hisumine comes over. And then they just stop.
Are you
Uh,
sharing this particular knowledge, Kiara?
Ritter's gonna stick his head in.
Yeah,
Big explodey
maybe.
magic. Take a step back.
She hears exploding magic and her pupils just like whoop.
Only if you promise not to use it near any towns.
She thinks for a moment and like it's like tick 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 tick. Okay.
Oh dear God, you had to think about
Actually,
that.
speaking of which, we need to find Kakashi
What for?
He should be in it.
to pick lock the
Oh,
books.
yeah.
Indeed.
I mean, we could just like hammer them open here, I guess. But that's
After the excitement of the big book dies down, you see Noth actually walk over to you, Valen. Says, "Oh yes, that. There's actually something else that I needed for you specifically, sir.
Oh.
Well, not me precisely. The camp you all just went to. One of their vassals came by and said, how do I put this? Something strange has happened with their crops, and they have questions for you.
Oh. Well, I guess we can head there tomorrow, or at least I will.
Yes, they apparently just need you, so you don't need to bring everyone. Entirely up to you, of course. But they requested you specifically, Valen. I believe one of the larger gentlemen wished to speak with you, and, shoot, what else was it? Something about the crops, not entirely sure, but they seemed frazzled.
Alright, well,
You can also deliver our message too while you're at it.
sure.
Not turns. What message, exactly?
He knows of a destroyer, right?
Ish. He's been reading through your books.
That destroyer we've been reading about, he sent an emissary to us.
He sort of nods and says, on that note, I have been reading through the various tomes you left me here.
And?
Well, there's a lot of information in general. You definitely brought back some lost knowledge, let's say. And a lot of it coincides with your theory. With what you and Urta brought up. This destroyer, this consumer, whatever it may be, I see signs of it, hints. It all seems to link to it definitely being something they struggled with in the past.
Any resolutions? The emissary mentioned a sacrifice of some kind.
Besides the one that we know of, that my people are quite aware of, no, unfortunately. Whatever he
Alright.
did, he kept silent and then locked himself in his tomb.
Well, unfortunately, we've got 2 weeks to figure it out. Or fortunately, however you want to look at it.
What exactly was going to happen after 2 weeks?
That is an excellent question.
well,
Probably
the emissary's
something
gonna
bad.
come here. He's gonna find out that we don't have a sacrifice, and then I assume the Great Destroyer is not gonna be happy.
That sounds horrible. All right, well, I will do my
Quite.
best to assist you. You mentioned something about a message that Valen was sending. What, can I help with this?
Yes.
Sure. We just want to let everyone know that,
What we just told you.
yeah, things could get ugly.
Hisumine is kind of like on foot. She's like, ooh, excited. Noth kind of puts his hand on her shoulder and pulls her a bit closer, like, calm down. And says, I'll bring her to, kind of like he gives you a look of like to distract her. And we'll head over to the other camp, the one that you're not going to. Well, if that would assist.
Make sure to ask if they can dig up as much information about the Destroyer and the deal made as possible.
He nods
yeah,
at that.
Even whispers of folklore will work. It's something.
Perfect. I will bring back any knowledge that I possibly can. I will say, while some of it is buried, a lot of our stories and, as you mentioned, folklore tends to ring true.
Exactly.
All right, we'll try our best. Is this an ASAP type situation or tomorrow?
It can wait technically, but
Yeah, it can wait.
as we said, we've got 2 weeks.
Understood. How about first thing tomorrow morning?
Sounds good.
I will say, Valen, they did sound somewhat worried, so I guess you could leave tomorrow morning as well, or tonight. Well, maybe not tonight, but whenever you wish.
Probably early tomorrow morning.
Perfect. And if I guess if that's all, I will attempt to contain our excitement over here and get to work.
I guess if you have any questions, don't bother Tranquil at the moment.
Oh, understood. Is there a reason?
He's a bit out of it at the moment.
Nods. I understand.
A bit
Rip
under
the rest.
weather,
I'm
so to
sorry.
say.
Could you stop assaulting Doro, please?
That's just rude.
Doro dodges your clothes assault and hopes you have better clothes for him waiting.
We actually got a lot of fine linen.
He's
Don't tell him that!
he's he's straightening
just
his
gotta
shirt
tell him
and
that.
says, "She seems quite angry."
I mean, I'm just wanting the bag to spill out more gold. At
Your,
Kiara's knee-jerk reactions.
your shout causes some more gold to pour out, Urit.
World.
Gold.
Gorls!
You like gold? I love gold.
Now the surprise is ruined! I hate you!
She's quite interesting,
Kiara's
isn't she?
Angry.
With her around, we're going to get all the gold back in no time.
You are using.
But I
Sam,
wasn't
his-
going to.
Seminate points. I like her. She's very fiery.
Quite.
Okay. I want to go to Saharto and talk about making new clothes for Doro.
As he
Teaches you nothing.
And I will whip out the fabric and show him how lovely it is.
okay. We'll pause you there. Valen, what do you want to do for this today?
Probably go talk to Parad.
Okay.
'Cause I don't know what's going on.
Perfect. All right. I'll.
Oh, also,
Yes.
because I was practicing UNT, do I get to do a downtime roll on the language?
You can roll one of those, yeah. And then, Urit, how about yourself? What's your plan for the rest of the day?
I'm going to spend the rest of the day finding jokes so I get all my gold back.
All right, wonderful. You and Doro work on some top tier medieval memes in order to figure out what the hell it is
Medieval
whatever we're doing here.
Yeah, the
what is
trebuchet
your-
the superior siege engine.
What is your UNT on? Okay, cool. Alrighty, let me
Give me a performance roll.
jot that down. Performance roll for what?
His jokes.
He has good performance. I think it's like +10.
Urit does not perform very well.
Boom, Bubby.
Okay,
All
we-
right.
We rolled the same thing.
Together, we'll say Doro plays some music as you attempt to sing over it, and it comes out almost intentionally horribly. Noth begins to also sing in, and so does Hisemine, almost to the point where the jokes are so nonsensical and just off the wall that they actually somehow become really funny. And the bag pukes up some more gold for you.
How much gold to be put in there?
Quite a bit.
A lot. A
I'll-
card full.
I will
We'll have
divide it up
calculate
appropriately
it
and let you know how much you guys have. But for the time being, we shall pause the session there. I need to take some notes. There's a whole bunch of random shit I need to show you guys.
So, is this bag actually a UNT? Or is it
you
like a magical bag?
You haven't checked that yet. From what you can tell so far, it is just a sentient bag.
Uh-uh.
Who are you saying it to?
To me, apparently.
Alright. Windy bag of holding.
All right, I will
I mean,
probably
I guess I can try to
rename
arcana
it.
check it again.
Yes, yeah. Well, you can go ahead and do it real quick. Okay. In
Wow.
general, that's fine.
Oh,
From what I can
I'll
tell
look at
you,
that feather again too.
in general, it is.
Shit rolls though.
Yeah, it there's no soul in it from what you can tell because you guys are pretty used to it by now. It is just a magical item, and there is it's sentient. So if you were to kill it, the sentience would die. We won't discuss what is living and what isn't living because that's the whole robot question through Android's dream of electronic sleep. What? That's basically that whole question. But yes, it is a magically infused personality, basically fused into this thing. It almost works like a program, aka give it a funny joke, and then haha, it laughs, and then, and then it spits out whatever you put in it. So you can get things out of it, you just gotta tell a joke. So it
While useful, Urut would probably
basically
try to see if Suharto would be willing to buy it for an actual bag of
Yeah.
holding.
Just
potentially.
sell it.
as a security feature, basically.
Sure. Yeah, I don't see why not. That could work very well. Maybe you could
It's also
convince
Unity
it.
magic, you know.
Exactly.
You might like it.
Go ahead and jot that down because we'll pause today's session and we'll have more crazy nonsense to occur throughout the week in the future.
Where's my notes?
Ugh.